It's football time in East Central Ohio.
From AVC Sports and WWKC, Caldwell Cambridge's KC 105. Now it's time to head for the field for tonight's game on WWKC.
Kickin' Country, KC 105.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shenandoah High School. Boy, we've got a lot going on here tonight as the Shenandoah Zeps host the Monroe Central Seminoles. I'm Bill Cassler, joining me, Mike Podlasiak. And Mike, it is homecoming, military and first responders night. That's Operation Buckeye Guard. The FAA is having a hog roast and kick for a cure. So lots going on the field. The Zeps will be wearing special camouflage uniforms, and it's working already because we're having trouble reading their numbers.
I was going to say, they got so many good things going on here tonight, Bill, and then you look out on the field, and we're going to apologize to begin with because we are going to have some difficulty tonight reading the numbers of the Shenandoah players. Luckily, this is, I believe, our third game together over here, so we kind of have an idea where some people usually line up at. And we're probably going to have to go with some of that tonight, hoping that that's the people or the person that we are talking about.
One player I hope we can identify is number 2, Braxton Barnett, the quarterback. He's spectacular. We watched him in the opener, and, man, he really had a great game against Edison Local, didn't he?
He did, that first game of the year. I had him charted just about 426 total yards in that game. And amazing to both of us, the majority of them were actually running the football and not through the airways. Now, he's had a couple young men that have stepped up this year as wide receivers. He lost most of his receiving core to graduation last year. But they've Ethan Cutlip and Colton Gress along with
Hunter House.
Yeah, those three guys really have done a nice job stepping up as go-to receivers this year for Braxton Barnett.
Well, due to injuries, he will be without one of his weapons tonight. His tight end, number 88, Corbin Varhola, is wearing 73 tonight. That's due to some injuries on the offensive line.
Yeah, I think that's the they've got I know that Landon Moore, the fullback, is a little banged up tonight. He's going to give it a go to begin with. How long he makes it remains to be seen. And they have 2 offensive linemen out tonight. So, it happens at the high school level. You don't have a whole lot of depth. So you take the kids that you have and put them at the position that makes them help the team the most. And that's where Varhola's going to be at tonight. He's going to be a tackle instead of tight end.
Oh, and one more thing about the Zeps. We've got to talk about this. Queen Carly Blend tonight. Congratulations to her. She's the homecoming queen, so she's going to wear the crown, and win or lose, she will be the homecoming queen for this particular class. So that's always a great thing, isn't it?
It is, and the other nice thing that I like, from our perspective, is they had it before the game.
Yes.
It's overnight, so the coaches don't have to worry about halftime running over and maybe getting a personal foul penalty because you're too late getting the second half started. So that's done, and congratulations to Carly. And it must have been a vote because a lot of schools anymore, they draw roses to see who has the odd color rose. That's who the queen is. But they announced her without any kind of a draw. So congratulations to Carly Blend, the 2024 homecoming queen at Shenandoah.
Well, now we talk about the opposition. Of course, Shenandoah comes in here at 2-4, having a decent year. But boy, Monroe Central Seminoles, they come in here and it's like back in the old days when Coach Jay Sircosta was at the head of the program. They are undefeated 6-0. They are loaded this year in their senior class, and they've got a great supporting junior and sophomore class as well, and they have it rolling, to say the least.
They have one of Coach Sircosta's former players, Jonathan Calder, at the helm now. He actually took over last year, made some strides, and I tell you what, they are back in full force this year, and of course they're led by probably who is going to be quite possibly the district player of the year. Now, Braxton Barnett is also in the same division.
Yes.
And my guess right now it'll come down to those 2 young men. And who knows, maybe the result of tonight and how those 2 perform against each other may have some say as who will be the Division 6 district player of the year.
Boy, Tucker Howell, though, he's having a great year. 6'1", 195. I mean, he's got a cannon of an arm. I saw him play against Caldwell. They've got a lot of targets out there. Number 11, Chance Allen, he is a matchup nightmare. 6'3", he can run. He's athletic.
He is, and he's a young man. He's a senior, first year playing football. He played on the basketball team last year. And Tucker Howe, who was the Division III Player of the Year in the district in basketball last year. That's the kind of athlete this young man is. Liked the kid so well, they became good friends, and he talked him into coming out for football this year. And what an addition. They said early on he was struggling catching the football, but he's done a lot of drills, a lot of extra work. Tucker's worked with him, and so have the coaches, and he is a threat.
He's a matchup nightmare. He's fast, he's athletic, and he's 6'3". Usually the cornerbacks for most teams on most high school football teams at this level, they're 5'10", 5'8", whatever. He's already got a height advantage on those guys. Caldwell had problems with it all night when they played the Redskins. I'm looking for the same thing tonight. But I'll tell you something else about Monroe Central. This sets up kind of as a trap game, Mike, because they've got unbeaten Barnesville next week, who is considered the top dog in the area. That's going to be a tough game. Will they get caught looking ahead?
I was talking to one of their coaches, Dink Sherman, before the game, longtime friend of mine who's coached football at Woodsville for 50 years. I might be stretching a little bit, but Dink's been there a long time. And they are fully aware of the threat that Shenandoah brings tonight. They know next week they'll have their hands full, but they right now are shooting to host a first-round game. Coming into the night, they are right now ranked 6th in Division 6, Region 23. And a lot of that has to do, they've not played the toughest schedule.
No, they've
not got a lot of points. They can get some points tonight. Of course, next week for the winner is going to be huge point-wise. And then they finish up the season with Frontier and Shenandoah, Shady Side,
yes,
who are not going to get them very many points either. So this is a huge game for them. I understand where you're coming from with the trap game, and it is. It's right there in front of you, because I know some of them think, well, next week's the big one. But the coaches are fully aware that they need to get the business taken care of tonight.
Yeah, your coaches can keep you focused in high school a little bit easier than at the college or the professional levels. You tend to look ahead a little bit more because you know, hey, these guys are pretty good and these guys aren't, so we can maybe take it easy this week. Doesn't happen in high school. Your coach, boy, he's got a hold of your face mask telling you, concentrate, we've got a tough game this week.
Yeah, the pros, Jimmy and Chris, the players are making more money than what the coach is. So
they are.
The players aren't going to pay attention to the coaches. And it's almost getting that way with the NIL money. It's almost getting that way at the college level now also. But at the high school level, they've got their attention, because I don't think these guys are getting paid.
No, at least not to my knowledge.
They shouldn't be getting. They're not supposed to be anyway.
Interesting game shaping up tonight. Undefeated Monroe Central. They're going to be taking on the Shenandoah Zeps, quarterback by Braxton Barnett, one of the best players in the area. We've got a great one coming up tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more from Shenandoah High School right after this.
We offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Island Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports season is heating up, and so is the real estate market. When you're thinking about making a move with your property, think Ben Schaefer Realty first. Specializing in conventional sales, property management, and auction-themed sales, Ben Schaefer Realty's aggressive marketing approach is redefining the way real estate is sold. With a proven track record and unmatched expertise, they're dedicated to helping clients prosper. Call Ben Schaefer Realty today and experience the difference with real estate professionals who deliver results.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
Looking to up your golf game? Visit the BMT Golf Shop and Golf Academy, conveniently located at the Cambridge Country Club. They've got the latest gear from top brands like Titleist, TaylorMade, and Ping, offering custom fittings, club repair, and both private and group lessons. They've got you covered. Plus, enjoy year-round play with 2 state-of-the-art simulator bays featuring over 150,000 courses. Contact Golf Pro Sean Thompson to learn more about memberships at 740-432-2107. The BMT Golf Shop proudly supports all local schools on and off the field.
High school football.
From AVC Sports
on WWKC Caldwell, Cambridge.
KC 105.
Welcome back. The Zeps making their entrance through the National Guard portal, and as you can see on the field right down here, they are wearing those camo uniforms with the black numbers, hoping that we can pick them up tonight. You can see them fairly well from here, but it's just a little bit more difficult than the traditional Kelly green and white that the Zeps usually wear. Of course, across the field, the Monroe Central Seminoles wearing their white jerseys, gold pants, gold helmets, and the jerseys are lettered in red. Seminoles come in 6-0. The Zeps come in at 2-4, and they're a threat, particularly on this field, Mike. As we said, we've seen number 2 Braxton Barnett just light another team up. What do you have to do to contain him?
Well, we were also here a couple weeks ago for the Union local game, and I tell you what, they had a great plan that they executed extremely well against Braxton Barnett. Their end stayed out wide and contained him inside, and they kept their defensive linemen in the lane, so there was really no place for him to run up inside. So they pretty much shut down the Shenandoah offense a couple weeks ago. Now, whether Monroe Central has that ability, we're soon to find out. But, one other thing I was just looking at here, too, we said that this game was important to Monroe Central. Well, it's also very, very important to Shenandoah in the fact that if they're wanting to get into playoffs this year, right now, they sit at spot number 16 in Division 6, Region 23. And they've got a tough schedule remaining. They've got Barnesville next week.
No, that's Monroe Central.
I'm sorry, yes. I've got it right here. They got River next week, which is a winnable game.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Barnesville week 9.
That'll be tough.
And then Caldwell here week 10, which will be a dogfight this year.
They're at 500 this year. And, of course, I saw them against Fort Fry last week. Upset win over the Cadets, who were favored coming in. So another reason for the Seminoles to be on alert. It happened to Fort Fry. It can happen to Monroe Central as well.
Exactly.
Getting ready now for the kick. Here we go. And low line drive kick fielded by number 24. That is A.J. Rutter. Rutter up the field, the 30, the 40, and they're going to bring him down right around the 45-yard line. Nice return, A.J. Rutter. Seminoles are in business at their own 45-yard line. Let's see what number 1 Tucker Howe, the quarterback, has in store for the Zeps tonight, and he is a good one. Boy, the matchup on the offensive and defensive line is going to be real important tonight. If the Zeps can hurry him a little bit, they can really help their cause.
He's a lot like Braxton Barnett in that he is a threat to throw the ball. He has a very, very strong arm, and he is also an excellent runner.
Tucker Howe, number 1, the court. Oh, whistles all over the place before the snap. That looks like procedure. It is. So that'll cost the Seminoles 5 yards and a few more gray hairs for Coach Calder over there. Boy, penalties and turnovers to a team like Monroe Central right now, that is exactly what you don't want to see.
And a little bit of a break for the Zeps right out of the get-go.
1st and 15. Tucker Howe in the shotgun formation. Long count. And, that's going to be 5 more. That's going to make it 1st and 20. Okay, 1 penalty, bad, 2 penalties. Boy, the coach will not be happy with that.
That's the right tackle, Andrew Pickenpaw, and he's talking to Tucker Howe, the quarterback. And I don't know where there was a miscommunication somewhere between the two because he's jumped 2 times in a row.
Howe in the shotgun, 1st and 20 for the Seminoles. Man in motion. This time they get the play off. Howe is back. He's looking, stepping up now. He's going to gun the ball way down the field. He's got a man out there, a little bit too far. Ooh, wow. Got to get a number on that.
I think that was number 42, Corbin Farnsworth.
Yes, and he's a good one. They have a number of targets here for Tucker Howe, and he likes to spread the ball around. He'll get all of his receivers and his running backs involved.
Farnsworth had 2 touchdown catches last week.
And you can see from that first throw, despite the fact that it was a little long, Mike, he's got a tremendous arm.
He's got a cannon.
A.J. Rutter in the backfield with Howe this time. The snap. Good rush by the Zeps, and he's not going to pick up anything. He's going to be run out of bounds. Gain of probably right around maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, not much at all.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and right around 20 to go for the Seminoles. So not a good start here for Monroe Central.
No, you get 2 penalties, you get behind the chains real quick, and then an incomplete pass. He did have a man open, just overthrew him a little bit, and then good contain that time by the right side of the Shenandoah defensive front.
And they got some good penetration too. That's going to be key. The Zeps couldn't do that against Union Local, who has an outstanding offensive line. Howe in the shotgun, the snap. He's back. He's looking. This time he's got some time turning. Now he's going to throw. He's got a man out there again. That is number 42 once again, Corbin Farnsworth. Some bumping, some jostling, but no flags on the play. It'll be 4th down, and Monroe Central will have to punt this one away. Boy, you got to figure that Coach Calder is going to have a talk with some of the members of the offensive line over there after a couple of procedure calls against them.
Pretty good coverage too in the secondary that time by Colton Gress.
Number 7, the punter, Cooper Howe. That's Tucker's brother. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Cooper's just a sophomore.
Not a very good kick initially, but he got a very favorable bounce. So actually the Shenandoah will take over in decent field position from their own 33-yard line.
So now let's see, and we have some roster notes here tonight. I'm not sure if we've got them all. Colton Gress, usually wearing number 3. He'll be number 1 tonight in the National Guard uniforms. There were a few other changes as well, but by and large, pretty much the same roster numbers.
And we did mention that Corbin Varhola will be playing tackle tonight instead of his normal tight end position.
Shotgun formation. Barnett back, looking, he's rolling. Got a man out there. That's a nice completion for Braxton Barnett. That is number 16. That is Davin Kunkel. Kunkel with a nice catch, and he's going to take the Zeps to right around midfield, make it the Shenandoah 49-yard line. Caldwell Lumber 1st down for the Zeps. Here we go. That's a good start. Physically, to me, we Union Local gave Shenandoah all kinds of problems, but there was a size problem. The Zeps did not match up well with Union Local. Tremendous size on the line. I don't see that difference tonight.
Yeah, no, that's not the case tonight, definitely.
Here's quarterback draw. Barnett, the 45, and he knocks one man back. That is hitting him there. That was number 11, Chance Allen for the Seminoles, and wow.
I think Mr. Barnett got the better of that hit.
I felt so as well, and that's a gain of right around 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2 for the Zeps, who are now in Monroe Central territory at the 42-yard line. Shotgun formation, nobody in the backfield with Barnett again. He's got trips to the right. He's back. He's looking. Pressure. Got a man in the middle. Oh, dropped. Oh, my goodness. Little bit behind the receiver. I think that was number 8 there.
Ethan Cutlip,
Ethan
yes.
Cutlip, and he got his hands on it, but he had to turn. Those are tough catches to make.
And he was wide open. If that ball's delivered on the spot, that's 6.
Rule of thumb for receivers, if you can get your hands on it, you should catch it.
Yes.
But that was a tough one because it is tough to turn your back away from the football. So Barnett could have led him a little bit more and helped his cause out. All right, 3rd down. Short pass. He's got a man this time wide open. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. See if I can get a number on that receiver. That's Hunter House, number 11, with that catch.
Starting out to be a very good drive here, opening drive for the Zeps.
Well,
already down to the Seminole 30-yard line.
Caldwell Lumber, 1st down for Shenandoah. Nobody in the backfield again with Barnett. He's back. He's looking, got some pressure. Now he's got to step up. He's got a lane. The 30, He's running across the field. 25. He's going to take it down to right around the 22-yard line. Another nice gain on first down for Braxton Barnett. Boy, Seminoles are having problems containing Braxton Barnett. That's not good news.
No, this is a completely different look than what we saw 2 weeks ago. Like you said, when Union Local was here, they had a definite size advantage across the offensive and defensive front. But not the case tonight. The Zep offensive line is doing a nice job opening things up for Braxton Barnett, both to run it and throw it.
They match up very, very well. Barnett, again, the single setback. He's back. He's looking, guns the ball. It's a high pass. That's complete, though. I believe there's a catch made there, trying to get a number on the receiver there.
I think that was Colton Gress.
Number 1, Colton Gress. Good call, sir.
That should be enough for another Shenandoah first down.
It is. Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps. They're inside the 20, right around the 18-yard line now. So points here would be pretty big, Mike. I'll tell you, you want to get off to a good start against an unbeaten team like Monroe Central. The snap. He's rolling. This time Monroe Central shot the gap. Boy, they had all kinds of pressure on Barnett that time.
He's rolling.
Leading the charge there. That was number 50.
51, and I don't have a 51 in the program.
Let's see here. We've got another roster down here. I'm just wondering if it's just not a number change that we didn't quite get. No, I'm seeing here. I'm seeing 2 number 55s. Tyler Whitaker and Garrett Knowlton. I bet one of them's 51.
That was Tyler Whitaker. I do see it now.
Here we go. Nice catch. That's number 6 for the Zeps. No, that's
number 8.
That's
actually,
8.
yes.
Ethan Cutlip for the Zeps. He's got it down to right around. Oh, it's close to a first down. Let's see where they're going to mark it real close. They may have to. Let's see. Caldwell Lumber first down. They're saying first down for Shenandoah, so they are going to have it inside the 10, so it'll be first and goal from the 8.
Boy, Coach McLean could not have asked for a better start here this evening.
Barnett, again, the lone setback. Nobody's back there with him. The snap, quarterback draw, straight ahead and nothing doing. That is number 77 in there. That is Ashton Lombardos for the Seminoles, and that time Barnett did not have any space to wiggle. I mean, good job by the Seminoles, staying in their lanes that time. All right, pass to the outside, completed, but short yardage. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. That was number 8, Ethan Cutlip. So third down and goal now from right around the 7-yard line. And I don't know, Mike, I'm thinking run-pass option here. RPO.
Yeah, as good an athlete as what Barnett is, I think you want to try to get him outside where he can kind of use his athletic ability to decide whether he's got an open receiver or give him a chance to run it.
Looking. They flush him now. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be back in the end zone. Nothing doing. Incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Seminoles.
Trouble is when you sprint out to the right-hand side, you really limit the area of the end zone that you have to throw the football to, and everybody was congested right there. Really nobody open. That's just the second incompletion for Barnett tonight. 5 out of 7 on this drive for 45 yards.
Okay, Ethan Stritz can kick this far, but nothing. They're going to go for it on fourth and goal here from the 8.
And I don't blame Coach McLean. He knows how dangerous the Seminoles are on offense, and he wants a touchdown.
Barnett back and looking. Got some pressure. Now he's going to get around. He's going to tuck it under and run. He's got play. He's going to lob it in the back of the end zone and picked off. That is number 1.
He knows how dangerous the Seminoles are on offense, and he wants a touchdown.
Barnett back and looking. Got some pressure. Now he's going to get around. He's going to tuck it under and run. He's got good job in the back of the end zone. Put some pressure on Barnett, and they didn't give him a lane to run. Had to throw the kind of a jump ball up in the back of the end zone, and Howe comes down with it for the turnover. Seminoles ball.
How many times have you seen it? Do you get down inside the 10-yard line? That really limits the area that you have to get open. And it was a combination of not much area plus pretty good coverage by the secondary of the Seminoles.
I think, and I'm not a coach, but I also think having a running back there with him maybe could have limited some of that, because if you have a threat to hand off to, it makes a difference. Here the Noles go to the ground on their first play. I don't think that was a quarterback keeper.
It was, yeah. That was Tucker Howe.
That was Tucker Howe?
Yeah.
All right. Gain of right around 4 on the play for Tucker Howe. 2nd and 6 for Monroe Central. Under 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter now. Nothing.
You know, that was an interception for Braxton Barnett. But the other thing is, he did what you needed to do. He threw it in the end zone, gave him a chance rather than take a sack. I mean, he did all he could.
Well, he gave his man a chance. All right, another handoff straight ahead this time. That is, nice run. Wow, breaking tackles for the Seminoles. That is number 7. That's Cooper Howe. That's Tucker's brother, and he's going to have a Caldwell Lumber first down. Huge gain on the play, Mike. Around 12 yards, I think.
Yeah, the young man's just a sophomore. Like you said, it's Tucker Howe's brother, younger brother. And from what I've heard, he may be the quarterback of the Seminoles next year.
Wouldn't surprise me. He's already looking like a pretty good athlete. So, Caldwell Lumber, that's first down for the Seminoles. Tucker Howe fires a pass out there. Chance Allen was the intended receiver, and it bounced off his hands. That's dangerous right there.
Well, you couldn't throw the ball any better than what Howe did that time. Hit him right square in the numbers. Again, this is that young man's first year out for football and still trying to find his way a little bit.
Well, I like what he did. He had his hands up. He was ready to make the catch. It just went off his hands. He didn't try to cradle the football. All right, shotgun formation. Tucker Howe, 2 backs in the backfield with him. The snap, the give, straight ahead. Tucker Howe, he's got to cross midfield. He's going to have it in Zeps territory right around the 45-yard line. That's a nice gain right around 15 yards for Tucker Howe. That'll be a Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps. 5:55 left here in the first quarter. Nothing. That is our Chandler Monument scoreboard.
Seminoles being a little more conservative with their play calling here on their second drive. They tried to go deep 2 different times on the first drive with no success, and didn't want to risk Baby having to go out again on 3 downs and out.
I formation this time. Looks like a run again. Ooh, bumps into the back. Not good. That was number 24 there. That was A.J. Rudder. Boy, Tucker Howe went back to make the handoff and ran into his running back.
If you run into Tucker Howe, you know you've run into something.
I'll tell you something right now. He is a good-sized young man. 6'1", 195. Solid. Rudder, 5'8", 175. All right, here's the snap. Tucker Howe has it. Back, looking, got some pressure. Runs up. That's Chance Allen. The 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. Inside the 10 to right around the 4-yard line. Chance Allen that time.
That was actually Corbin Farnsworth, number 42.
Oh, was that 42? Was that Farnsworth?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did a nice job. He found an open spot. I think that the Zeps were in a zone that time. He found an open spot and just settled in, and Tucker Howe found him wide open. 4:30 left here in the first quarter. 1st and goal for the Seminoles. I formation. Rudder, number 24, is the tailback. Tucker Howe is the quarterback up under center. The snap, the give. That's Rudder. Don't find any room there. Burrowing his head, getting behind a couple of his linemen. He's close, but I don't think he got in. So 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
I know what I would run here right now if I'm the Seminole coaching staff. You got a 195-pound, 6'1" quarterback. I'd line him up and go right up the gut.
Tush push. Let's see if they hear your call. No. Straight ahead runner. I don't know if he made it. I don't
They're
think
going to call it a touchdown.
All right, A.J. Rudder in on a 1-yard run. 6-0 Seminoles, 3:31 left here in the first quarter. So, good response after the Zeps take it deep into Seminoles territory.
I believe this is Wyatt Cohen.
It is.
145-pound junior with the extra
5.
point attempt.
Snap is up. And it's good. 3:31 left here in the first quarter. The score, Monroe Central 7, Shenandoah nothing. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
This is Brian Chandler
and Hallie Morgenstern Blackstone
here from Chandler Funeral Home and Cremation Service. As our local youth from Caldwell and Shenandoah hit the field this season, we want to send a huge shout out and best of luck to each and every one of you.
Whether you're on the field, the court, or the track, we're rooting for your success.
Go Zeps and go Skins. Here's to a fantastic season ahead from all of us at Chandler Funeral Home. Thank you for letting us care for your community for over 2 decades.
We're back. Shenandoah High School, Bill Cassler, Mike Podlasiak, 7-0 Seminoles with the first score of the game. Boy, a nice response after the Zeps take it deep into Knowles territory. They drive the length of the field.
Shenandoah missed a golden opportunity to take a lead in this football game. And now they're going to have to come back. You know, we talk about these two quarterbacks. They're two record-setting quarterbacks. Braxton Barnett, the quarterback for Shenandoah, with his game last week, went over 5,000 yards for his career. He's only the 10th quarterback in OVAC history to do such a thing.
Colton Gress with the football for the Zeps makes a couple men miss. He's going to take it out to right around the 19. 1st and 10 there for the Zeps.
And Bill, our other quarterback, Tucker Howe, last week passed 2017 graduate Jarrett Hooper, who held the career passing record for Woodsfield and Monroe Central combined, 3,657 yards. So now Mr. Howe, Tucker Howe, is the all-time leading passer in Woodsfield and Monroe Central high school history.
Both these guys are all Ohio.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Shotgun formation. 3:23. Clock rolling here. Barnett, little screen pass, nice job. And all the way up to the 29-yard line.
I think that's number 1.
That's Gress. .304 left now here in the first quarter. Zeps need a response.
Good start to that drive. It's a nice play call. Looks like the officials may be calling for the change to, this is pretty close to first down.
Was a nice call. All right, 7-0, Monroe Central with the lead. 3:04 left here in the first quarter. Measuring now, and looks like they've got it, Mike. First down, Zeps.
Already the 5th first down of the evening for Shenandoah. they have not had much of an issue moving the football until they got inside the 10-yard line on their last drive.
Concern to me is that you haven't seen Landon Moore yet, and with his threat to run the football, it kind of keeps those linebackers home. But we'll see.
I believe he's back there right beside Braxton Barnett on this play. First time I think we've seen him back there all night.
Yeah, they've Barnett's been the only man in the backfield most of the evening. The snap, fake to Moore, straight ahead, and he gets nowhere. Boy, Seminoles are all over that. That's going to bring up a second down right around 15 to go now.
That was Ethan Gillespie on that defensive play. I tell you, he shot through like a bullet.
All right, Barnett looking now at a second down and 15 in the shotgun formation. Snap, he's back, looking, got some time, guns it over the middle, he's got a completion. Nice job all the way up to the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Caldwell-Lumber first down. That is number 1. That is Colton Gress. Nice catch, nice throw, and Caldwell-Lumber first down for the Zeps. This is what Shenandoah could not do against Union Local.
Well, because Braxton is able to, the offensive line is giving him time to find receivers back there, and he is putting the ball on the money.
And a couple times he's found lanes to run. All right, 1st and 10, straight ahead.
Good first down game.
Yes, and who was that? Was that Moore?
Yes, it was.
Okay, Landon Moore. 5-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 5 for the Zeps. They're all the way up to their own 45-yard line.
This is a rapid moving first quarter. We're down to 1:17 to go here in the first quarter. Because not very many draw passes.
A lot of running.
Barnett, he's 7 out of 10, so only had 3 incompletions.
Here we go, Barnett with the quarterback, the option there, and boy, they were right on him. That time it looked like they were kind of spying him a little bit, Mike. Number 42 in there for the Seminoles, that is Corbin Farnsworth. Good job by Farnsworth, keeping his eye on number 2.
So big third down here for the Shenandoah Zeps. We're down inside of 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
The Zeps have shown the ability to move the football right around midfield. Barnett off the back foot, and he's going to gun the ball out of bounds. Good pressure that time by Monroe Central. It'll bring up a 4th down. I think from this spot on the football field, I think you punt.
I think you do too. I don't think you want to give Monroe Central the opportunity to take over this position. That's pretty good coverage out there that time in the left flat by Tucker Howe.
And again, good pressure that time by the Seminoles. They didn't give Barnett a chance to reassess, find another target. He was kind of forced to go with that first route. Here's the kick. That's Barnett.
Nice kick.
He's going to kick it over the returner's head. Picked up down there. That is number 7. That's Cooper Howe. He's got the ball up to the 30-yard line. He's going to be brought down there by a number of Zeps.
As a fortunate break for the Seminoles that time. They got a very favorable bounce on that. Boy, if the Zeps could have got that to roll a little further, got down inside the 10, but not the case. Cooper Howe kind of gambled a little bit, made it pay off.
I was just going to say, Cooper Howe kind of took a chance letting that ball hit the ground, and he was able to pick it up as it took a very nice high bounce.
And being the athlete that he is, he was able to avoid that first tackler and actually pick up about 18 to 20 yards.
13.3 seconds left here in the first quarter. Might be the last play of the first quarter. I formation for the Seminoles. 7-0 Monroe Central. The snap, the give, straight ahead. Short gain. Let's see, I think that was that Rudder, 24?
Yes, sure was.
Number 24, Rudder with a 3-yard gain. That's going to do at the end of the first quarter of play. Checking our Chandler Monument scoreboard, it is Monroe Central 7, Shenandoah nothing. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Experience luxury and power like never before with the 2024 Explorer, available now at Doane Ford. With its sleek exterior, 3.0-liter EcoBoost V6 engine, and low miles, this Explorer is ready for any adventure. Relax in light sandstone leather seats while staying comfortable with heated and ventilated front seats. Plus, enjoy the premium technology package featuring a 14 speakers and B&O sound system with twin-panel moonroof. Don't miss out on this exceptional driving experience. Visit Doane Ford today, located at 66870 Belmont Morristown Road, or visit them online at DoaneFord.com.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
We're back at Shenandoah High School, second quarter of play. Getting ready to be put underway here. 7-0 Seminoles. Second down, right around 8 to go. Monroe Central's on their own 34-yard line. Shotgun formation. Tucker Howe back between two backs, his brother Cooper, and I think that's A.J. Rudder with him. Howell's back, looking, guns it to the outside, dropped. That was Chance Allen. And Chance started to run before he had the football.
That's the second time so far this evening that Howell has been able to put the ball right square in Allen's chest, and the young man just not able to hang on to it. So brings up a 3rd and 7 here for the Seminoles.
And that time, I think he let the ball get into his body a little bit before he got to reach up and catch with the hands. That's. I was coached that way for years.
Got an early score from Barnesville. The Rock's only up on Caldwell 7-0 into the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, the Redskins played pretty tough against Fort Fry. That might get. Oh, here's a nice play right here. That's Cooper Howell, number 7, I think, making a catch, and he's going to have a Caldwell Lumber first down. That's a gain of right around 10 on the play. Barnett with the tackle for Shenandoah. Monroe Central has the ball now on their own 46-yard line.
Just a nice little swing pass that Tucker Howe put right on the money. His brother able to catch it in stride and pick up some good yardage here in the first down for the Seminoles.
You can just see the kind of arm that young man has.
Correction.
Yeah. Well, no, it's an update, I think.
Shamrocks have just scored again and go up 14-0.
Another pass to the outside. Oh, that I think is Chance Allen right there. That's a gain of 15 yards on the play. Union Locals up 14-0 on Cambridge. And let's see if I've got anything. It looks like first quarter score, Coshocton and Meadowbrook 0-0. Malvern's up on Buckeye Trail 6-0. .41-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Seminoles. Tucker Howe pumps, back, looking, running out of time, being chased, throws the ball out of bounds. That's smart right there. Avoid the loss. Good pressure that time by the Zeps defense. Zeps are putting a little bit of pressure on Tucker Howe as well, I think, Mike.
And you made a good comment there, when we were off air. I think the fact with them putting Mr. Varhola in at the tackle, moving him down inside, has helped both offensively and defensively for the Zep front tonight.
He's a great target. He's big, he can catch the ball, but, they need help right now on the line. Here's Tucker Howe gunning the ball down the field. He's looking for Chance Allen, who gets spun around. That ball's way over everybody's head. Incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Flag at the line of scrimmage. That usually indicates holding.
Yes.
Let's see what the officials say. Boy, that could hurt this drive for the Seminoles if it's holding on.
And I'm sure, even though that was an incomplete pass, yeah, they are going to accept the penalty, which is a good move on their part. Got to move them back to where now it's 2nd and 20.
Maybe.
How about having an abundance of luck throwing the football tonight? Just 3 of 8, 68 yards.
Not deep, and I'll tell you that time, Chance Allen was already way downfield, and he didn't know which way to turn. Tough for a receiver. And it was a good job by Tucker Howe to step up, but they weren't in sync on the pattern
Not
at all. Shotgun formation now for the Seminoles. 2nd down, right around 20 to go. Tucker Howe back, looking. Now he's going to run the 45, and he's going to be tripped up right around the 40. That is a good job there. That is number 28. That is Landon Moore. I'll tell you something right now, something about Landon Moore. He is just as valuable defensively as he is offensively.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a good tackler, and you really hope that he can continue to go for the Zeps, basically because of what he does on defense.
Third and 8 here for the Seminoles, and I got a feeling that they're probably in 4-down territory.
This is doable, particularly in 2 downs.
And especially if they would happen to pick up part of it here on 3rd down.
The snap, straight ahead. This is a no-doubt quarterback run. Nice job by the Zeps. They're going to hold him to no gain. Landon Moore again with that tackle.
That's a young man that we weren't even sure was going to be able to play tonight, and he's made back-to-back big-time plays defensively. So we'll see what Coach Calder has in mind here for his Seminoles.
I think you're right. I think there's no doubt about it. They go for this. If Shenandoah can hold, it's going to be great field position for the Zeps.
And they've shown the ability to move the ball a little bit, so big play here for the Zeps to try to get the ball back.
Checking our Chandler Monument scoreboard, 9:02 left in the second, 7-0 Monroe Central.
Play clock down to 2 seconds.
Now they're going to take a timeout.
That's probably a good move there, but Shenandoah's the one that takes a timeout. I wasn't sure that the Seminoles were going to be able to get that play off.
I'll tell you what, but they get a 5-yard penalty. I think they're punting.
I agree.
So what's in the playbook here, Coach? What are you doing?
I think it's very similar to what you would do with Braxton Barnett. I think you've got to get Howe somewhere out on the perimeter where he has the pass run option. He's had some receivers open, just 2 or 3 drop balls tonight. He's had so much more success, too, when he's thrown short. No luck. He's tried to go deep 3 times with no success at all.
They just don't look in sync deep.
No, they don't.
They really don't. They don't look like they have any idea where the receiver doesn't have any idea where the quarterback's going. The quarterback doesn't have any idea where the receiver's going. But when they throw those short passes, they look a lot better. I'm sure that's something they'll address at the half. The thing that kind of gets to you is that I look at this. I think Braxton Barnett is a little bit better runner than Tucker Howe is. I think Tucker Howe has a little bit stronger arm than Braxton Barnett. I mean, I know that they're both outstanding quarterbacks, but that's just the way I read it.
Yeah, if I was a coach, I wouldn't mind having either one of them as my quarterback.
They are different, though.
Absolutely.
All right, 4th down. 9 to go for the Seminoles. They got everybody lined up in tight now. Bunch formation, particularly on the left side. Shotgun formation. Tucker Howe back. He's pressured, looking. He's got no time. Now he's going to have to spin around. He's all the way back to his own 40. Boy, he can move good. Look at him go. He's going to be chased down by the Zeps here again. Makes one man miss. Now he's got some room. Now he's going to uncork one. That's open. That's Chance Allen. Touch.
He dropped it.
Oh, my. Boy, I thought he had it. Hunter House was able to get kind of in his grill just a little bit, but Chance Allen was wide open in the end zone. Tucker Howe found him. He couldn't put the mitts on it, Mike.
He could not have thrown a better football. Allen was able to finally break loose in behind the defender. And boy, again, that's at least the third time tonight that the ball has hit Allen square in the chest and just not able to come up with it.
It goes to a little bit Tucker Howell's strength as a quarterback, because when a quarterback gets in trouble like that, receivers are taught to come back to the ball, give your guy a target. Allen went deep and got open.
He went deep and got open. I was looking at the other receivers, really not a whole lot of movement. And so big stop, though, there for the Zeps. They'll take over in real good field position with a chance to drive down and possibly tie this game up.
8:33 left in the first half. Here we go. Straight ahead, Landon Moore, and nothing doing. He just is not able to get through that first line of defense, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. All right, Zeps looking over to the sideline right now, getting a play. They haven't really broken anything big tonight. All their yardage has come in short little chunks.
But I've been impressed with the way Barnett's been able to put the ball right where the receiver needs it so they can catch it in stride and get some yards after
Rolling out pressure. Oh, they're going to get him. That time,
A.J. Rudder got it from behind.
Yeah, Rudder was in on him, and Braxton did not have a chance. He had to tuck the ball in, so that's going to be a loss of right around 8 on the play. 3rd down and 18 now for the Zeps. That's going to shorten the number of plays right there that you can call. And you know Monroe Central is going to be coming with a pass rush. The snap. Pressure. Flag on the play, and they bring him down right around. Ooh, jeez. Coach is saying, be careful, guys.
Initial hit made there by Tyler Whitaker.
I think the back judge threw that. That usually means holding on the offense. Let's see. Oh, chop block on Shenandoah.
Which I'm sure that the Seminoles will decline here.
Brings up a 4th down. Result of the play wasn't much to speak of either for the Zeps. So 6:59 left here in the second quarter. 7-0 Monroe Central. And the Zeps will have to punt it away again. Cooper Howell, the sophomore, is back deep to receive. Braxton Barnett is the punter, I think. Here's the kick. That's a good high kick.
Nice kick.
Cooper Howell gets it around the 30, the 40, the 45,
he's got a lane.
The 50. All the way on the right side of the field. He's into Zeps territory right around the 38. Fantastic field possession for Monroe Central. Here we go. 6:45 left in the first half. You know the Seminoles would like to take a 2-score lead in at halftime.
And Cooper Howell did what a receiver or a returner is told to do. Caught the ball and kind of juked one way, allowed the wall to set up to his right, and a nice return. So that's going to give the Seminoles very good starting field position from Shenandoah 37-yard line with 6:45 to go here in the second quarter.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it is usually on the punt returner to make that first guy miss, and he did that.
He sure did.
Tucker Howell, the quarterback, is back. He's looking, guns the ball across the middle, got a man! Almost picked off again. Deep down the field, that was Farnsworth that time, who was the intended target. And again, they don't look in sync on those longer passes.
And that really wasn't a very good decision that time by how he threw into double coverage. Looked over here at Allen. Of course, Allen has struggled to catch the football tonight, probably hesitated to throw the ball to him again. He's going to have to make a couple catches here to get Tucker Howell to have a little more confidence in throwing the ball back to him.
Good job by the Zeps defensively. You've got to point that out.
Yeah.
They've done a great job, particularly in deep coverage. Shotgun formation again for the Seminoles. 2nd down and 10. Tucker Howell's back. He's looking. Guns the ball up the sidelines. He's got a man up there. That's a nice catch. And let's see. Trying to get a number on that receiver right there.
I think that was Max Demchek, number 12.
First time we've called Demcheks. It is number 12. That's the first time we've called his name tonight. He's got great hands, too. Caldwell Lumber first down for the Seminoles. They're on the Zeps 22. 7-0 Monroe Central. They're trying to add to their lead here before the half. Shotgun formation. The snap. Howe is back. He's looking. Lobs the ball to the outside. That's Cooper Howe. Makes one man miss. The 10. Fumble! Picked up by the Zeps. What a turnover. That's a big break if Shenandoah's got that football. They do.
We got a flag back here, but I think they're going to call holding against the Seminoles.
And they'll decline that.
Absolutely.
Well, and I'm not sure who made the strip, but somebody, Cooper Howe was running inside the 10-yard line. Somebody came up behind him and just punched the ball out.
Yeah, they were going to call holding against the Seminoles, so the fumble does stand. So the Zeps will have possession from their own 9-yard line here with 6:09 to go in the second quarter.
Is that our first turnover of the night?
No, there was an interception early.
That's right, you're right. So the second turnover of the night, this was the first one for Monroe Central. It's huge. You can see the fans they're right below us, the Monroe Central fans. They're kind of shaking their heads. They did not expect this kind of a tight game with Shenandoah. Braxton Barnett in the shotgun formation. 6:09 left here in the second quarter. Barnett back. He's looking. Guns the ball down the middle of the field. That's short. Picked off. That's Tucker Howe. And he's going to have the ball right around the 22-yard line. That time, Tucker Howe baited Braxton Barnett. Go ahead, throw the ball, buddy. I'm back here waiting. And he took the bait.
Second interception thrown tonight by Braxton Barnett, and the second interception by Tucker Howe.
And 2 turnovers in a row on consecutive plays. Now, Seminoles with a chance to redeem themselves. 1st and 10. They're on the Zeps 21-yard line with just 5:59 left here in the second quarter. That's our Chandler Monument scoreboard.
We've got a little wishbone offense action right here.
Saw this the other week, and they rolled. Nice job. That's Cooper Howe. Straight ahead for right around 5. Second down and 5.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go back a little bit more to the running game, because the passing game, even though they've had guys open, it's not been very successful tonight. So
not at all, and it's gone tough. But they did
again, a lot of coverage, or a lot of the credit goes to the secondary of Shenandoah, though. They've done a real nice job.
They have, and the receivers and the quarterback just not in sync tonight. Barnesville's moved out in front of Caldwell 20-0. Snap. Tucker Howe back. He's got a man. This one is Chance Allen, and it's not dropped. Touchdown, Monroe Central. That's going to make it 13-0. Good fake at the line of scrimmage. Safeties came up for the Zeps, and Chance Allen got behind them, Mike.
Boy, that was a great play fake, because I thought something was off. It just seemed like everything was slow motion, and all of a sudden,
yes,
Howe pulls out, got the ball.
Same thing. I'm looking for who has the football. I couldn't tell. All right. Number 5, Wyatt Cohen, the kicker for the Noles. The snap. It's down. It's up. It is good. 5:08 left in the first half. The score, Monroe Central 14, Shenandoah nothing. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
This is Ken Perkins. Robin and I and the staff at McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home want to wish Noble County athletes from Shenandoah and Caldwell High Schools an exciting fall sports season. We also want to wish all students a successful school year on and off the field. In our tight-knit community, our kids are our future, and we are honored to watch them succeed. McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home invites you to visit us at www.mcveigh-perkins.com or on Facebook.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
We're back, Shenandoah High School, taking a look around the area. Right now, Barnesville's up on Caldwell 20-0. Boy, Shamrocks are a machine, aren't they?
They certainly are.
All right, here's the kickoff.
Yeah, his knee went down.
And that's Landon Moore, and they're going to call him right there at the 19. So 1st and 10, Zeps.
And at this level, the high school and the college level, that knee goes down. The ball is dead immediately, unlike the pros.
Officials will mark it. Zeps will have it. 5:03 left here in the first half, but right now, Shenandoah needs some offense. Down 14-0.
If they can find a way to score here, they do receive the second half kickoff, so they can get right back into this football game, but they're going to need to do something here with this offensive possession.
Both teams, I think, are having a problem stretching the field. I haven't seen any big plays out of Shenandoah tonight, and when Monroe Central has tried, they haven't had much success. All right, Barnett. Back in the shotgun, he's back, he's looking. Now he's going to be checked up and run forward. He's going to have some positive yardage. Nice response, though. It's going to be a gain of right around 4 on the play. Number 44, that is Clint Rader making the tackle from behind. Good job by Rader to chase down Braxton Barnett.
He was assisted on the play there by the sophomore Cooper Howe,
who's having a very good football game.
He is.
Mentioned him a number of times tonight. 2nd down, 6 to go for the Zeps. The snap, Barnett's back looking, guns the ball to the outside. That's Hunter House. He's up to right around the 30. That's close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be a Shenandoah first down. Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps. 4:18. Clock will stop while they set the chains. Now it goes.
First down, number 7 for the Zeps here in the first half. So they have been able to move the football, just not able to cash in yet.
Short and medium passes. Barnett back looking. Pressure by the Seminoles. They've got him this time. Nice job that time. Looked like a 51 in there for the Noles.
That's Tyler Whitaker.
Tyler Whitaker, yes.
Along with the other host of Seminoles.
But a good job in particular by Whitaker, coming in from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd down, 15 to go now for Shenandoah. 14-0 Seminoles. Long count, the snap, he's back, he's got pressure, looked like a screen, now he's gonna turn around, run it the other way. Barnett up the field, he's got a man! Nice job there, boy! Good defensive play. The receiver was one tackler away from breaking it, he couldn't get free.
Was that Landon Moore?
I'm looking.
Again, we apologize because it is very, very difficult to read the numbers of these Shenandoah players tonight.
It might have been number 8.
Ethan Cutlip.
Yeah, it might have been Ethan Cutlip, I think. Cutlip with a nice catch, helping his quarterback out. First down. Whistles all over the place on first down. Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Zeps for procedure.
I believe that's the first penalty tonight that's been marked off against the Zeps. Pretty clean football game to this point. We have had a couple turnovers.
Not too many penalties. Yeah, and the turnovers have been damaging. Boy, I'll tell you what, Shenandoah picked off trying to nice long drive by the Zeps, and Shenandoah got picked off in the end zone, so that hurt them.
You really can't blame that interception. I mean, Braxton did what he needed to do there. Give his receiver a chance. Just he was too well covered, and it was a 4th down play. You'd much rather see that as opposed to him standing back there and taking a sack.
And he did everything he could. He gave himself as much time as he could. There were a group of receivers and defensive backs in the same area. He threw it up for grabs, and probably the best athlete came down with it. That's Tucker Howe. So a little bit later, Cooper Howe has the ball deep in Shenandoah territory. He gets stripped. Zeps come up with it. Next play, another interception by Tucker Howe.
By his brother, yeah. It's been the Howe brothers show tonight.
It has. Shotgun formation for the Zeps. 1st down and 15. 2:39 left in the first half. The snap. Barnett's back. He's looking. Got pressure. Steps up. Got a man out there. Overthrew him.
Good pressure that time. Barnett was not able to get his feet set and make an accurate throw.
Colton Gress was out there, but too much pressure.
He was open.
Well, Monroe Central starting to generate more pressure now. They're finding ways to get into the quarterback. Boy, you got to give Braxton a lot of credit. Down a couple of offensive linemen. That hurts. Shotgun formation. The snap. Barnett's back. He's looking. Now he's going to run up the field. Lots of company there. He's going to get back to, he's going to lose right around 4 on the play. 3rd down, probably right around, looks like 19 to go here now. Make it 18 for the Zeps.
Boy, that looked like a jailbreak that time from the defensive front of the Seminoles.
You almost think it's a screen. They're getting so much
that's kind of what I was looking
penetration.
for, but that's not what was actually set up.
They seem to be relying on him to try to break that first wave and find a little room and then find a receiver downfield. The snap. Good pressure this time. He steps up, looking. Got a man down there. Nice catch. Into Seminole territory. Let's see who that receiver was.
We've got a flag back here, too, and they're going to call holding against the Zeps. And
I think that was Parker Neff for the catch, number 15. That's the first time we mentioned his name tonight. Nice job by Neff. His quarterback gets in trouble, but it's not going to count. It is all coming back, as you said, Mike Podlasiak. Looks like a holding penalty.
And we had a little bit of an issue over there with the chain crew. They had already moved the sticks down to where they thought it was going to be a 1st down, so no complaints from either side as far as where they end up setting it up. So
it remains 3rd down.
Yes. Huge penalty there against the Zeps. That would have set them up in real good field position. But now you're at 3rd down and a country mile to get a 1st down with 1:33 and a clock running to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Seminoles almost in a prevent defense, just 3 rushers. Barnett's back, he's looking. Now he's out in front of the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to. Drops the ball! That's going to be Noel's ball. Recovery there. That is number 10, Braden Stimpert, and Stimpert comes up with a football. It'll be 1st down for the Seminoles with 1:14 left here in the first half. This is a big opportunity here for Monroe Central to have a very comfortable lead at halftime. Zeps need to step up defensively here. They need to prevent a score to keep this a football game.
I think somebody was able to get a hand on that ball from behind. Braxton Barnett did not see the man coming. And boy, what a big turnover here, and gives like you said, gives the Seminoles a huge opportunity to try to add an additional score here before the half.
Shotgun formation, Tucker Howell back, low snap. He's looking, got some pressure. Now he's going to throw it. That's a short pass. Nice catch That's number 25. That is Logan Powell with the catch. Want to thank our sponsors here. Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Chandler Funeral Home, BMT Golf Shop and Golf Academy, Allen Hunter State Farm, Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doane Ford, People's Bank, Sue Snowd State Farm, McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home, Vicon Services, and Ben Schaefer Realty. Without these sponsors, we could not be here tonight. Checking our Chandler Monument scoreboard, it is Monroe Central 14, Shenandoah nothing, 1:01 left here in the first half. Second down now, right around 3 to go for the Seminoles. More importantly, they've got a minute to put some points on the scoreboard.
And I believe if the scoreboard's correct, that was just the first timeout taken there by the Seminoles. They have 2 remaining.
Key defensive stand here for Shenandoah.
As we've already mentioned, the Zeps will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, they
want to be down just 2 scores and not 3.
Keep an eye, Chance Allen out here on the left side by himself. Shotgun formation. Tucker Howell's back, he's looking, now he's rolling right. Guns the ball down the middle, field's got a man wide open, touchdown! That is number 12.
Max Demchek.
Demchek, great hands, he's usually the slot receiver. He makes the catch. 20-0 Monroe Central. That is big right before the half. On to try for the extra point now, Wyatt Cohen. The snap, it's down, it's up, and that's no good. Penetration by the Zeps. So 53.7 seconds left here in the first half. The score, Monroe Central 20, Shenandoah nothing. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client. You're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Become a member of Southeastern Ohio Credit Union and enjoy all the benefits of home banking. It's easy to join. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts, loans, and IRAs. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union has 3 convenient locations: 115 Market Street in Cambridge, 508 Main Street in Caldwell, and 1106 4th Street in Marietta. Visit southeasternohiocu.org or contact the credit union at 740-432-0430.
Welcome back. We're at Shenandoah High School. 53.7 seconds left here in the first half. Monroe Central has a 20-0 lead on the Zeps. Hasn't been easy tonight, but Monroe Central has found a way. Here's the kick. Low line drive kick. Good one. It's going to roll into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Zeps will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20. Credit Monroe Central. They found a way to keep Braxton Barnett somewhat under control. He's had some success, Mike, but he hasn't been able to complete any drives, and the Seminoles offense has 3 touchdowns on the board.
I've got Barnett right now with 10 carries. Of course, some of those were sacks, and he was scrambling for 0 yards on the ground. Now, through the air, I've got him 9 of 15 for a very respectful 99 yards. But 2 interceptions here in the first half.
They've kept everything in front of them, too.
Yes,
His success has been fairly short, passing-wise. Barnett in the shotgun formation. The snap. He's back. He's looking. Short pass. Good job getting out of bounds. That is number 8.
Ethan Cutlip.
Cutlip for a short gain here for the Zeps. He's having a good night, Ethan Cutlip. Number of catches.
4 catches for 45 yards for the young man so far this evening.
Second down, 2 to go for Shenandoah.
And he did get out of bounds, so it did stop the clock. We're down to 46.5 seconds to go.
That is basically where Shenandoah's had the most success tonight. Short passes, little chunks of yardage. Barnett back looking. He got trouble. Now he's going to reverse his field. They're going to bring him down, about a 3-yard loss. That is number 44 for the Seminoles. I've got it right here.
Clint Rader.
Yes, Clint Rader. He's done that a number of times tonight.
Boy, nice job staying within his lane and running down Barnett from behind that time.
Rader is the defensive end. The snap. Back. Barnett's got a lane to the outside. He's going to take it up for a first down all the way up to right around the 50-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it right around the Monroe Central 49. 10 seconds left. Time for maybe 1 or 2 more plays here. Boy, you need a big play here to end this first half. If you're Shenandoah and you can get some points on the board, it's a win.
And the secondary of Monroe Central continues to get a little deeper with each play here. Trying to prevent that big play you talked about.
Here's Barnett back looking, finds a man short. That's Cutlip again, I think. He's going to take it all the way up to right around the 50. They marked Barnett out of bounds right around the 41. So now a second down, right around 1 to go for the Zeps. 4.1 seconds left, right at midfield. Shenandoah wanting to talk things over. Boy. The longer we go, it seems the more pressure they're putting on Braxton Barnett.
Yeah, I don't know whether the linemen from Monroe Central are in a little bit better shape, but and maybe the offensive front for the Zeps getting a little bit tired, but you're exactly right. We've seen a lot more pressure here in the last part of this second quarter than we saw in the first quarter and a half.
Not even sure if it's conditioning. I'm thinking that Monroe Central basically has seen Barnett now, and they're kind of just laying their ears back, and they're coming. I think they're putting more pressure on him.
It's hard to imitate that young man's speed,
It is.
when you're practicing through the week, because he is a great athlete. And we've mentioned several times this year, he's a superior track athlete. Placed in 4 events at the state track meet last year, just as a sophomore.
You give him any room, and he can burn you.
Yes, sure can.
So keeping back and keeping him contained is pretty important.
So in all likelihood, this will be the last play here of the first half.
Just 4.1 seconds left. Barnett's back. He's looking. Pressure. Now he's going to roll out of the pressure. Looking again. Now he's going to uncork it. That's going to be short. That is going to do it. Well, Shenandoah has been game. They're working pretty hard, Mike, but nothing to show for anything in the first half. Basically, Monroe Central's been able to keep Braxton Barnett contained enough to where Zeps have no points.
It all boils down to that very first offensive possession for Shenandoah when they were able to drive down to about the 8-yard line, had first and goal, and were unable to come up with any points out of that drive. They had a prime opportunity, to take a quick lead. And since then, it's they've been having to play catch-up, and it's not a fun game to play against the Seminoles.
Let's give the Seminoles credit for something else, too. They figured out early on in the night their deep passing game was not working. They went to short passes and runs. They've had some success, 20 points on the board.
Exactly, yeah, good. That's a good coaching point that they came up with over there. Like I said, it's not a couple of those passes were dropped, but it wasn't meshing for them early. So they went something else that's been very, very successful, and kind of look for the same thing here in the second half.
All right, we are at halftime. The score at half, it's Monroe Central 20, Shenandoah nothing. We're going to take a break. We're going to check in with our AVC halftime show, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Welcome to the AVC Sports Halftime Show, Week 7 of high school football. Brett, hard to believe we've already got that far in the season, and we've got 5 games on the AVC family of stations tonight. Kick it off for us.
So I will be over in Belmont County for Caldwell at Barnesville. Now, Barnesville,
the Rocks,
let me tell you, they are looking very good. They have a
Yes.
very strong regular season win streak going on.
Yep.
They've went undefeated in the past 2 regular seasons, maybe even more, and they're 6-0 already this year. And they're playing Caldwell, who's been a struggling team this year. But I think with Barnesville, they have a very good chance to really dominate this game, as they've dominated the series 25-13-1 overall.
I am at Maysville, Southtown tonight in the Battle of Panthers. New Lex at Maysville. The first time these two teams have met as members of the MVL Small School Division. And it's almost over. It's Jeff Reed that works here at the station. He is a Maysville alum. We were talking this morning. It was surprising. They played 61 times. The series is almost even. New Lex, just a little bit of an advantage, 32-29. But New Lex has won the last 3 in a row. So things looking good for the Panthers as they're 5-1. Well, both Panthers, but New Lex Panthers 5-1 coming in. Maysville just at 2-4. And then Brett, we've also got another undefeated team over in Monroe Central.
Yeah, Monroe Central, they're going to make the trip to Sayersville. They're going to take on the Shenandoah Zeps. You can listen to that game on KC 105 and YRP-TV. All games available on yourradioplace.com. Check it out there, as well as a couple other things we'll be talking about here in a moment. The Seminoles, I mean, they have a big matchup coming up next week.
It's coming up, yeah.
About later. But they're going to go down to Shenandoah. Shenandoah started the season strong, have had a couple hits. I mean, they started 2-0, and they've lost their last 4. So, not the outcome you want for these last 4 weeks. And they are facing a very tough Seminole opponent this week.
And then over on WILE, just a radio-only broadcast tonight, we've got Cambridge at 0-6 taking on Union Local, the opposite. They are 6-0. The Jets off to a really good start, which something Union Local seems to do every year. They get off to a great start. Then maybe the back end of the schedule gets a little tougher for them, which it does again this year. So Union Local, though, they won last year in this game 44-14. But the previous 6 games had all gone to the Bobcats.
Yeah, Cambridge, for a while had a pretty good span of football programs, even when I was there, because I graduated in 2020, so we were able to pull off a couple of wins against the Jets when I was there. But Cambridge kind of on a downhill slope right now. Coach Kevin Gunn doing everything he can with these kids, and we're really rooting for them week by week. We talked to them a couple weeks ago. But when you're facing up against an undefeated Jets team, I mean, similar cases last time. They start they start really good, and they kind of hit some bumps, but we'll see how this game pans out. 0-6, 6-0. Bit of a difference.
And then finally, a video-only game on YRP-TV. We've got the Coshocton Redskins traveling to Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook coming off a high, Brett, as they came back and beat John Glenn last week in a exciting football game.
Yeah, that game really came down to the last possession, and that is quite literally what happened. You could watch that game, yourradioplace.com. We have the entire call. We have everything that happened during the last, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Really intense game. You have a field goal from John Glenn.
Right.
Meadowbrook comes down. They score. John Glenn gets the ball back. They try a little bit of trickery, but come up short in the end. A really great game. And then Coshocton just trying to search for that first win on the year.
Right.
Going up against a decently tough Meadowbrook team. But we talked a little bit before. Meadowbrook struggles against Coshocton.
Yes. Coshocton's won the last 2, so we'll see how that one pans out. Now, coming up, we've got an interview with Meadowbrook Coach Norman, and we also will talk about some more of last week's results when we come back on the AVC Sports Halftime Show.
AVC Communications is your one-stop destination for all your marketing and communication needs. Whether you are a small business or a large corporation, our expert team specializes in creating customized solutions that drive results. From radio advertising and digital marketing to graphic design and event promotions, we've got the tools to make your brand stand out. Locally owned and operated, AVC Communications is dedicated to helping you connect with your audience and grow your business. Trust us to take your marketing to the next level.
Dave Hilliard from the AVC Sports Halftime Show, joined by fourth-year head coach of the Meadowbrook Colts, Steve Norman. Coach, thanks for meeting with us today, taking some time out of your schedule. I know it's a busy time for you. You're getting ready to play a football game, so.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's always busy, but these interviews, you get a chance to talk about your kids, so we're always
exactly. So it's a beautiful fall day. It's a Wednesday. What's a typical practice week like for the Colts, going up from Monday up through the game?
Well, so each day brings something a little different. Monday we started kind of just working on us,
Sure.
So it's kind of like, it looks a lot like you'd see like a fall camp day, just a lot of individual, a little bit of team, just kind of trying to get right on the things that have been ailing us to that point.
Sure.
And then Tuesday we really get into game planning for the opponent. Wednesday's a lift day, and then you get into practice again.
Right.
Same. You kind of take, like, Tuesdays are first and second downs, Wednesdays third downs, end zone, red zone, that kind of stuff. And then Thursday you just kind of bring it all together. It's a pretty short day. It's only about an hour and 20 minutes, and then you get ready for Friday. So.
All right, and I ask this of all the coaches, and you're kind of the CEO of a program. What's one thing that you're trying to instill throughout your program?
Well, you're absolutely right on the CEO. It's not just football.
Exactly.
It's everything else.
It is. It's a lot of stuff.
I think ultimately, what we try to convey to our kids and, just anyone who's part of our program is ultimately how you treat people matters. I think that's important. Whether it be your coaches, your family, your teammates, I think all that's important. So that's one thing we try to stress.
Well, a couple kids I'll ask you about specifically. One of those, see her warming up over here, Haley Arnold.
Yep.
Kind of a record setter, a trend setter for you here at Meadowbrook.
Yeah, she has been she's great. She works really hard. She doesn't she does everything that everybody else does. Fortunately, she has a leg that can kick, which nobody else on our team has that. So, fortunately, and as the season has progressed, she's gotten more and more comfortable with the game situation.
Right.
So I think if you just go back to last Friday, she goes 3 for 3 against John Glenn.
And it was huge, too, for
you.
the
one's 14-13, pressure on, and, she flushed it. So, it's you can certainly see the progress she's making.
And, of course, I've got to ask you about Justice Huey because he's now a record-setting quarterback here at Meadowbrook.
Justice is, we just had this conversation a little bit ago with him, but, just the strides. And, again, sometimes when you're thrust into a situation that maybe, when the supporting cast is also relatively young, a lot of times you have a lot of growing pains. Well, now that supporting cast along with him are all, juniors and seniors for the most part, and I think you can see that on the field. But Justice has been great. Total command of the offense, and he has, he's not done yet. So hopefully we.
Well, you started your season off with a couple of really tough opponents, 2 undefeated teams in Tri-Valley and Indian Valley. You get the Valleys out of the way.
Right.
Since then, you're 3-1. You've turned it around. What's made the difference for your football team?
Well, I think if you go back to those first 2 weeks and those 2 phenomenal programs, and I think you're going to see them have success in the postseason.
I think so too.
But at the same time, as you're preparing for those teams and then you're playing against those teams, like your kids kind of see what that next level is and what they have to work to get towards. And then, the rest of our schedule, we go to our rival, Cambridge week 3. Then we get into Crooksville and maybe else schools like, Philo, super physical team. John Glenn, always physical. I don't know who plays a tougher schedule than us, but I would certainly put ours up there against just about anybody. But again, I think those are the challenges that you look for, as you're trying to build your program to get to those levels. So.
And this week it's Coshocton, and they've given you trouble the last 2 years. They put up 55 points in each of the last 2 seasons. What do you need to do to be successful against the Redskins?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. No, they have Coshocton. A lot of I'm sure our fans would know this, but a lot of people, they are our longest uninterrupted rivalry. Since COVID, we've played them for a long, long time. They have a good offensive scheme that has given us trouble. And again, just maintain the line of scrimmage, kind of like any other game. It's who can win the battle up front. Hopefully
it's
us.
you guys.
That's right. Hopefully it's us.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us on the AVC Sports Halftime Show, and we'll take it back to the studio portion of our AVC Sports Halftime Show.
Dave Hillier, Brett Klein back on the AVC Sports Halftime Show. Brett, let's talk about last week. A couple of upsets. Caldwell beating Fort Fry 34-27. That was a huge upset. Gets Caldwell back into the playoff picture. And I guess the difference, 3 turnovers there by Fort Fry. And I would have picked the Cadets in that one because they were on a roll after losing their Week 1 game, and then they'd won. But Caldwell with a huge upset in that one.
Yeah, I had the chance to watch that game a little bit on that, previous Friday night when I was out doing my own game. But, man, a really, gritty game for the Reds.
Exactly, yes.
Pull off a win and even get back to the playoff spot. That's huge for them. You want to see it. If we move on to a different upset, we talked about this a little bit earlier. The Colts, who we just talked to their coach.
Meadowbrook with a huge win, yes.
Over John Glenn. That wasn't a game that we were really expecting to be as close as it was. And because the Colts kept it close, they had one of the last drives. They scored in the end zone towards the end. And they gave them the win. A big upset for the Muskies because based off of the region that they're in, the Muskies might be out of the playoffs.
That probably puts them out of the playoffs. And then East Liverpool, they kept Cambridge winless as they beat the Bobcats 41-7. Philo, another team that's really coming on, Brett. They've won 4 straight games. They beat Crooksville 37-7. And the Electrics have moved into that playoff discussion. Now they're projected as an 11 seed in the playoffs. So good.
Yes.
Just a really great run. They lost their first 2, but now they're playing some really good football.
Yeah, they're using their run game and Talon Preston to really boost their offense.
Yep.
They really get that going. That was the game I was at last week, and, man, they just, defensively they do good at stopping the ball, but then you look at the offensive side of the ball. They don't pass it as often because they have such a strong offensive line and a good run game.
Establish the run, you're going to win in high school football, basically.
So that was how that game goes. That game went, and then, we look around, there were a lot of lopsided games over in the NBL.
Tri-Valley, they just keep rolling as they won. They beat Maysville 66-20. They just keep putting points on the board. Then New Lex, they beat Coshocton 51-14. Sheridan just rolled over Riverview. Riverview really struggling, 62-0 in that one. And then West M, another donut up there on the board. West M, they beat Morgan 42-0. Also locally, Rosecrans, they got back on the winning track, I should say, as they beat Fisher Catholic 35-18, and then Zanesville still looking for their first win of 2024 as they fell to Mount Vernon 37-0. Now, Brett, next week we got some big games on AVC,
yes,
so
we do.
Tell the folks what we've got coming up.
The biggest game that I think we have going on next week is the currently undefeated Barnesville Shamrocks.
The Rocks.
Going up against the currently undefeated Monroe Central Seminoles.
Right.
That's at Monroe Central. We're going to try and provide video for that. We're still kind of waiting for a couple answers.
So waiting to hear. Okay.
Try. But you can hear it on WBNV 93.5 FM. That's going to be a very big game around the area. We take a look around a little bit more. Meadowbrook's going to make the trip to New Lexington.
Right.
That's going to be a tough matchup for the Colts. The Panthers facing the Panthers off right now.
Right.
It's going to be a tough matchup. We look around. Maysville is going to go to West Muskingum. A little Zanesville battle going on in the area.
I'll have that game. I'll be on Nash Icon with that one.
Yeah, and then we go over to KC 105. Caldwell is at home. They will face the Shadyside Tigers. Tigers and Redskins facing off. That will be available on yourradioplace.com as well. And one more game, video only. I wouldn't say it has playoff implications, but it is a big game for
It's a big game for Philo, definitely.
The Tri-Valley Scotties are going to make the trip to Sam Hatfield Stadium, and they will take on the Electrics on YRP.
And I think that's our first look at Tri-Valley on our family of stations this year.
I believe so.
All right. And then another big thing next week, Brett, we're going to reveal the winner of the AVC Sports play of the first half of the season.
Yes, we are. The voting for that is still open. If you missed your chance last week, don't worry. It's still on our website. It gets updated so you can see it as one of our top spots in our local news every single day. Go through there and make your pick. There have been over 700 votes on that through the first weekday.
Good deal. So if you get a chance, vote for that play of the first half of this season. And as always, keep it tuned to AVC Sports for high school football and keep watching the AVC Sports Halftime Show.
We're back at Shenandoah High School. Halftime here. Monroe Central has a 20-0 lead on the Zeps, Mike, and it didn't start off that way, but Monroe Central slowly but surely is starting to dominate this football game.
And I think they must have made some adjustments along the line of scrimmage because Shenandoah is very good early in this game giving Braxton Barnett time back in the pocket to throw the football, and he was doing a nice job finding receivers. But as the half progressed, seemed there was more and more pressure being applied by the defensive front of the Seminoles. and they pretty much controlled that last half of the second quarter.
I think they got more confident once they saw what he could do. I mean, everybody knows that Braxton Barnett is an outstanding athlete, but once they got a pretty good look at him, they thought, okay, we can put a little bit of pressure on this guy, and we can still make sure that he doesn't get around us. So a good job by the Seminoles and their coaching staff making some adjustments, and then offensively they made some adjustments as well.
Everything they tried to do for their first couple possessions, they wanted to throw the ball deep. And when you got a kid that can throw the football like Tucker Howell can, I understand why. They had guys open, but a couple drop balls, and then actually there was fairly well defended a couple other times by the Zeps, and just didn't, like you mentioned as it happened, just didn't quite seem to be on the same page. Just weren't having any success, so they kind of went more to a shorter passing game, a little bit more Tucker Howell running the football, and it showed good dividends, good benefits.
We saw some I formation. We saw a wishbone.
It's a wishbone, yeah.
It was very Coach Circosta-like all of a sudden. And, of course, you've got one of the best quarterbacks in Division VI in Ohio. I've got two of them here tonight, in fact. It's a pleasure to watch both these guys, but you can see Monroe Central this year, they're undefeated. They are undefeated for a reason.
For sure. And like you mentioned, I think that those two young men, those two quarterbacks are probably the two best offensive players Division VI in the Eastern District. I would like to see somebody better than one of those two.
I'm with you. They're the best I've seen this year, no doubt about it. I've seen a number of teams, and last year you had to look at the Caldwell quarterback. He was one of the best.
Cale Bender.
Cale Bender, yes, outstanding quarterback. This year, well, we're looking at Braxton Barnett. We're looking at Tucker Howell, and I've been impressed with both young men. But overall, boy, Monroe Central dominating the line of scrimmage. They seem to have enough of a running game, and it all adds up. You can see why they're undefeated.
Exactly. Of course, Jonathan Calder, in just his second year, he made some strides, starting to bring the program back last year. Of course, when you have a young man that has the caliber of Tucker Howell quarterback, you can do some things. And I think they kind of made some changes and some things. They went back to kind of the way that Coach Circosta used to do a lot of things years ago. A lot of the tradition was brought back last year. And boy, you're kind of looking out and saying, this looks like a team that, Coach would have maybe had years ago, because they're very similar in the way they conduct themselves on the field.
A lot of Coach Circosta's assistants are back, as you mentioned. They're doing some of the old jobs that they did, and Coach Circosta himself is involved somewhat with some of this, giving his young head coach some good advice, I'm sure.
And he's not overstepping his bounds, but he has made himself available. He's there, and if they need some suggestions or go to him with a question, I mean, he is more than willing, because the man just dearly loves the game of football, and I get it. I know. I understand where he's coming from.
Absolutely.
And it'd be a great benefit if you're a head coach to have somebody like that still wants to be involved and is around, and he's not making a threat like, hey, I'm standing back here. If you don't do the job, I'm going to step in and take your.
Absolutely
No, that's not the case. And Coach Calder, he knows it. He knows that's not the case. So it's a big turnaround this year for the Seminoles.
As far as Coach McLean goes for the Zeps, you can see they've made some progress this year. They are having some injury problems right now. A couple of injuries on the offensive line, defensive line tonight, and as this game has progressed, you can see Monroe Central has basically had an advantage at the line of scrimmage, and it's all added up to a 20-0 lead. Statistically, Mike, anything you have that you want to mention?
Well, I'll just tell you, you talked about injuries. I tell you, Marcus Gibson, who's 6'4", 285, and Kyle Wheeler, who is 6'4", 315, are the two offensive linemen that are out tonight for the two-way lineman. Actually,
that's a lot of beef.
At this level, Division VI, when you're limited with the number of kids you have in it, you can't afford to lose those type of linemen and think you're still going to be as successful as you possibly could. But I just wanted to throw that in there. Anyway, statistic-wise, a glaring difference in the two. Braxton Barnett in the first half rushed the ball 12 times for only 14 yards. Of course, he was sacked several times and held, for a negative yardage on runs. Through the airways, he was 11 of 18, 117 yards. He did have 2 interceptions. Total yards for the Zeps, and the big thing statistic-wise for the Zeps, they turned the ball over 3 times.
Yes.
2 interceptions and 1 fumble, and those can all kind of be attributed to Braxton Barnett. He threw the 2 interceptions. One, I totally get it.
Yes.
I understand it. He just threw it up because it was a 4th down play, and you might as well give your receiver a chance to make a play as opposed to just taking a sack. But he was strip sacked once, and then threw probably an ill-advised throw for the other interception.
On the play you're talking about where he threw the ball up for grabs, one of the best athletes on the field, Tucker Howe, came down with the interception. So threw it up for grabs, had a couple of Zep receivers in the area, but Tucker Howe was able to come down with it. And as you said, he was trapped in his own territory. It was 4th down. You may as well throw it up for grabs.
He did the right thing. Of course, we said that he threw 2 interceptions. Tucker Howe was the one that intercepted both of them. So anyway, on the other side for the Seminoles, Tucker Howe, the quarterback, rushed the ball 5 times for 30 yards. Through the airways, he was 8 of 15, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. They had 215 yards, so just roughly 80 yards difference, total yards between the 2 teams. The difference, we said Shenandoah had 3 turnovers. The Seminoles have just turned the ball over 1 time. So I think that's the huge difference, and that's why we have a 20-0 game here at the half.
All right, hey, want to thank our sponsors, Ben Schaefer Realty, Bicon Services, McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home, Sioux Snowed State Farm, People's Bank, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Allen Hunter State Farm. Hey, a new sponsor, BMT Golf Shop and Golf Academy. Want to thank them for joining us. Chandler Funeral Home, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, and Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Without these sponsors, we could not be here tonight, and we enjoy high school football so much and like to present it to our listening audience. You're listening to us on KC 105, and we are approaching the second half kick. What are the keys in the second half for these football teams, Mike?
One thing, Shenandoah has to hold on to the football. They cannot afford to turn the ball over and give Monroe Central a short field, because really the Seminoles haven't driven the field. They've had a couple situations where they were given great field position because of those turnovers. They have to do that, and I think they need to go back. If they can give him enough time to throw the football, they need to go back to that short passing game that was so successful in their first drive, of course, which came up empty-handed. And as far as the Seminoles are concerned, I think they just need to continue to do what they did there, especially towards the middle of the second quarter on to the end. Try to keep Braxton Miller, I don't know how many times I said that Braxton Miller, that's the old Ohio State quarterback. But, Braxton Barnett, try to keep him in the pocket and kind of limit his running ability, which they did a really good job of there in the first half.
Bad thing about that is I'm rolling with it. Oh, Braxton Miller.
Braxton Miller.
I'm just rolling right with it. I know you're talking about.
That's old age set, man, I'm telling you.
It is. Getting ready for the second half kick. It will be the Zeps receiving the kickoff here in this second half. Hey, want to pass along our congratulations. Homecoming queen tonight, Carly Blend. So it's homecoming here at Shenandoah High School. They had a nice ceremony pregame. I believe we have that online. So Gino got that. We got a different cameraman now, so we'll be grading this. Keep that in mind.
I just hope nobody's grading us.
Yeah, well, kind of goes without saying. I know what my grade will be anyway. Here's the second half kick. Low line drive kick. Fielded. That's
Landon Moore.
That's Landon Moore. He's going to take it out to right around the 31, so nice field position for the Zeps. Second half is underway. Keep in mind, we'll be awarding to Shenandoah's player of the game a +1 pizza, medium pepperoni pizza.
And I would say right now at the half, that's still pretty much up in the air.
It is. Zeps don't have any points yet. A drive and some points here would be big. Barnett, the quarterback, number 2 in the backfield. Zeps wearing their National Guard camo uniforms tonight. Barnett with the football. He's back, looking, in trouble. Going to throw it to the sidelines. Is that going to be grounding?
I got a feeling that's going to be intentional grounding.
Oh, he was outside the hash, though. Let's see what they do.
Boy.
No flag.
That was close. I know the ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm with you. I think that's a break right there. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Zeps taking a look over to the sidelines. Now we'll check their armbands, and everybody's on the right page. Shotgun formation. Landon Moore's in the backfield with Braxton Barnett. Man in motion. Straight ahead, that's Moore. Breaks one tackle, the 35, the 40, 45, 50. That could be, let's see, that shove was out of bounds, but they're going to let him get away with it. Great run there by Landon Moore. That's the best run of the night for the Zeps so far, Mike.
Nice 25-yard pickup there. Yeah, they only had actually 14 total yards on the ground in the whole first half. So
it was almost like a draw, wasn't it?
It was.
Found an opening.
Nice opening and a nice cut made once he got through the line of scrimmage by Moore for a nice 25-yard pickup.
Caldwell Lumber 1st down for the Zeps. They're on the Monroe Central 45-yard line. Long count, the snap, the fake. This is going to be Barnett. I tell you what, he's going to pick up around 2. It is number 44 again, Clint Rader, and you get the feeling that Rader's one responsibility is number 2.
I tell you, another nice job out there by number 58, Ethan Gillespie at the defensive end position, making Braxton turn back up inside with that football.
2nd down, right around 8 to go now for the Zeps. Good start here to the second half for Shenandoah. They need some points to get back in this football game. Chandler Monument scoreboard says 20-0 Monroe Central. Shotgun formation, the snap. Barnett's back. He's got a man out there. That's Cutlip. The 40 makes one mid, drops the ball. Picked up by Monroe Central. That's Tucker Howe. The 50, the 40, the 30, 20. Turning it back up inside. He's going to take it to the house. Let's see what the call is here. I think that's going to be touchdown Monroe Central.
Yeah, I think those flags that were thrown down, I think they were just using those as markers. I don't think that there was any penalty on the play at all, so
Cutlip
I think that's going to stand.
He had the ball, Mike, in good shape. I think somebody reached in and punched it out.
I think so, too. And again, we talked at halftime, if the Zeps wanted to get back into the game, they needed to avoid turnovers, and on their first possession, disaster struck.
And they're moving the football. That is really
They were,
the
yeah,
thing
they were
about
down
that.
inside the 40-yard line.
Yes, it was a nice drive. So here's the extra point try coming up. That's number 5, Wyatt Cohen. The snap, it's down, it's up, it is good. So 10:39 left in the third. The score now, Monroe Central 27, Shenandoah nothing. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Become a member of Southeastern Ohio Credit Union and enjoy all the benefits of home banking. It's easy to join. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts, loans, and IRAs. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union has 3 convenient locations: 115 Market Street in Cambridge, 508 Main Street in Caldwell, and 1106 4th Street in Marietta. Visit southeasternohiocu.org or contact the credit union at 740-432-0430.
We're back. Here's the kickoff by Monroe Central. That ball is going to, he's got to pick that one up down around the 5-yard line. It's a nice run there, nice return. Oh, is there a flag there? That was 28. That was more. There's a late flag. I think one of the Seminoles is going to get picked up.
Just gave him a little shove. It really was. I'm sorry. I don't get that.
There have been a couple more.
There have been a couple more, flagrant than what that one was.
Both ways too. I've seen both teams do that, but this time they're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Almost like the officials saying, "All right, I've had enough of this." That could be the case. I don't think he was trying to give one or the other team an edge.
No, he just, I don't know that he really was sure that Moore was out of bounds. But anyway, it is a 15-yard penalty, so the Zeps will take over at their own 28-yard line here with 10:34 to go in the second half.
Snap, the give straight ahead. That's Moore. He's got room again. And a nice gain on first down. That's going to be right around an 8-yard gain. 27-0 Monroe Central. 10:19 left here in the third quarter.
You know, the Zeps have not had an issue moving the football. They've turned it over 4 times.
That last one, they were
yeah.
moving the ball. You can't turn the ball over. Here's, straight ahead. And Barnett makes one man miss, makes another man miss. To the 40, he's going to have the first down. Going to be brought down right around the 43-yard line. Great run by Barnett to pick up that first down. Boy, they had him hemmed in. He found a way out.
There is his athleticism on display right there on that run. That was strictly a Braxton Barnett 7-yard pickup.
So Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps. $27-0. Close to that running clock right now. The snap, the fake. Barnett's going to keep it. He's going to try the left side. He's got a lot of room. He's up to the 50, across the 50, into Monroe Central territory, right around the 45. Caldwell Lumber first down for Shenandoah. Now, do you keep the ball on the ground here?
That's where they've had their most success. Couple nice runs here by Landon Moore in the second half, and Braxton Barnett, that's one of the first times he's been able to get outside containing and pick up a nice gain. Like I said, they have not had trouble moving the football.
It's been dropping the football.
And of course the last one was severe because the Seminoles were able to pick it up and return it 62 yards for a touchdown.
Straight ahead, Barnett again. The 45, the 40, right around the 36-yard line. That's a nice gain. That's real close to a first down, Mike. And again, Braxton Barnett finding some room right around the left side and right around the right side. He's making people miss.
Boy, it looked like they had him hemmed in, and all of a sudden you look down and he's got an 8-yard gain.
And I think the thing that kind of gets to you, we talked about this pregame, Landon Moore, a little bit banged up, and you certainly don't want to get Braxton Barnett hurt in a game like this. But the Zeps need to generate some offense, and that's where they're having success.
Yes. And now they're bringing, that's the trainer down there, Caleb Heller. talking to a Barnett. I don't know whether he took a shot to the head that time. Looked a little wobbly coming off the field, and I said the trainer, Caleb Heller, looking at Barnett here along the sideline.
Boy, that would be disastrous.
Yes.
.8:40 left here in the third quarter. 27-0 Monroe Central.
So it looks like they may be going to like a wildcat formation here, because it looks like that the Landon Moore is lined up to receive the snap from center.
Well, the run has been what's been successful.
I take that back. They do have a quarterback in there.
Straight ahead is Moore. He's going to get around the end, and he's got a first down. That's a Caldwell Lumber first down right around the 32-yard line. Checking some other scores around the area. Boy, Barnesville, they are a machine. 34-0 over Caldwell in the third quarter. Union Local over Cambridge, 28-6 at the half. Coshocton has a 20-13 lead on Meadowbrook. And third quarter score, Malvern over Buckeye Trail, 12-0. Snap. Back. Oh, that's picked. That's Cooper Howe with the pick. Quite a difference there. That is number 15 in at quarterback, Parker Neff for the Zeps. And the young man threw right into coverage that time. So another turnover, Mike, and Barnett on the sidelines for the Zeps. Of all the players that get knocked out here, that's the one guy you don't want to see knocked out for any amount of time. The snap, the give, straight ahead. Oh, flag. Cup flag, two helmets rolling. Let's see.
What happened there?
Let's see what was going on there, because some helmets came off. That's probably going to be on sportsmanlike two ways.
77, that's Ashton Lombadas for the Seminoles.
57, Kellen Strauss for the Zeps, I believe.
So what do we have there? Offsetting penalties?
I didn't even see a flag. That's what's scary about that.
They're calling the personal foul against Monroe Central, I believe. Where they're going to mark it off one way against the Zeps, and then I got a feeling they're going to come right back to the same spot.
Yes, I think you're right.
Now, tell me why they have to do that. You know it's 15 one way, 15 back the other way. You're right back where you started from. Why do you need to mark it off? I don't get it.
That would be a question I could not answer. And I think it would be wise if you and I did not answer it. Well, now they're backing them up. Oh, my.
I don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's going to end up being a 15-yard penalty
against Monroe
Central. I don't understand why they marked off 15 against Shenandoah and then brought it right back to the beginning point.
And then 15 more.
And we only saw two kids really involved. It looked like there was,
Yeah, and
there should have been a penalty of 15 yards each way, which would leave the ball spotted right where it was to begin with. But what do we know?
2nd and 24. Tucker Howe, the quarterback, gets the ball out to the flat. That's Cooper Howe. He's going to have a nice gain of right around 12 yards on the play. Bring it up all the way to the Shenandoah 42-yard line. 7:52 left in the third. Clock continues to roll. Starting to hear a little bit more now out of the Monroe Central crowd.
So it gets into a little more manageable situation here. 3rd down and 13 from their own 41-yard line.
Tucker Howe, the quarterback, swings it outside. Cooper Howe's got it. They're going to drop him for almost maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. So that's probably going to bring the punt team out for Monroe Central.
That's a nice play made out here by number 16, Davin Kunkel.
What gets to me is I was just getting ready to say what a fine job the officials had done tonight. I'll hold on that comment.
Oh, yeah.
Clock rolling, 6:51 left here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the punt. That's Cooper Howe. Short punt. Takes a sideways roll. They're going to mark it dead right around the 33-yard line. Now the question is,
will
who's
Braxton
coming out
Barnett
of court?
return
He
to
is
the
on
field?
he is on the sidelines.
You know, if it's questionable right now, as good as athlete he is and as important he is to this football team, I don't know that I would put him back in. And if he has any issue with his head, if that was, like a concussion, then you can't put him back in.
They're talking to him right now, and you get the feeling they're giving him the phone number and address test. What's your phone number? What's your address? That kind of thing. And the young man's up. He's still got his helmet in his hand. He looks like he's okay. So, but I agree with you. Why take a chance?
Yeah, that's smart.
The snap, the give, that's more. Up the middle, he's going to have around 3 yards. Quarterback now is number 15, Parker Neff, for the Zeps. Well, I'm sorry. It's Davin Kunkel, number 16. Neff is number 15. That's my bad. Pardon me. These numbers are hard to read on these, and they're nice jerseys. They really are. Camo jerseys with black numbers on them.
It's just when you got two old guys like us up here trying to read the numbers, it's next to impossible.
Yeah, both the cameraman and the producer are
the young guys, they can see.
They can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you be quiet over there. I can do better than that. Of course you can. Can see the ball and see the numbers.
So anyway, we have a 3rd and 6 here for the Zeps from their own 38-yard line.
Davin Kunkel in shotgun formation. The snap, they're going to throw a screen pick. That's 6. That's a nice play.
That's Tyler Whitaker.
Yeah, number 51. And Whitaker, he's having a good game, Mike, but I'll tell you something right now. For a guy like Whitaker, that's a career moment.
It sure was. Boy, he sat back and the ball came right to him, and he didn't bobble his opportunity.
He knew it was a screen. He waited, and then he sprang into action. Nice job there by Whitaker. It's going to be make the score 33-0. And one thing very important
The
here
clock is
for the
still
Zeps.
running.
The Zeps now are down by 33 points. That means a running clock here for the remainder of the 3rd and the 4th, as long as it's a 32-point lead. Snap, the kick, it's up, it is good. So 4:43 left here in the 3rd quarter. The score, Monroe Central 34, Shenandoah nothing. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Become a member of Southeastern Ohio Credit Union and enjoy all the benefits of home banking. It's easy to join. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts, loans, and IRAs. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union has 3 convenient locations: 115 Market Street in Cambridge, 508 Main Street in Caldwell, and 1106 4th Street in Marietta. Visit southeasternohiocu.org or contact the credit union at 740-432-0430.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
We're back. Shenandoah High School kickoff, fielded by the Zeps. That's Moore, I think.
It is.
Nice job, straight ahead up to 35.
And we got another flag on the play.
Flag comes in. All right. Well, it's getting a little chippy out there now, I think.
Yes.
One of the Seminoles is down.
That's number 58, Ethan Gillespie.
It looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. See what the flag is all about. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Zeps. Young man's getting up. Looks like he's okay. Just had the wind knocked out of him. 5'7", 160-pound senior, headed for the sidelines. Think he'll be good to come back. Shenandoah coaches now huddling up for their offense on the sidelines. That penalty is going to be against the Zeps.
And again, looks like Kunkel is going to remain as the quarterback for Shenandoah here. Again, we have 4 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Third quarter. The Seminoles up 34-0. Yes, and Braxton Barnett is still on the sideline, so I think we've seen the last of him here this evening.
And a wise decision by the coaching staff.
I think so, too.
You take no chances. Kunkel, the quarterback, straight ahead. He's going to pick up right around 3 yards on the play. And I believe we're probably going to see a running clock here for the rest of this football game, which will speed things up quite a bit.
You know, we talked at halftime that in order for the Zeps to get back in the game, they couldn't turn the ball over. Well, they've turned the ball over 3 times here in the third quarter alone, 2 of those directly resulting in touchdowns.
And they really were having some success running the ball with Braxton Barnett and Moore as well, Landon Moore. But straight ahead, here's a big play for the Zeps. That's Moore. Or is that Kunkel? That's Moore. Nice run by Landon Moore. He's got the ball very, very deep into Monroe Central territory at the 33-yard line. That's a big gain for Landon Moore.
About a 40-yard gain there for Landon Moore.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Braxton Barnett having an excellent game, but Landon Moore making a case for himself as the +1 pizza player of the game.
Coach McClain may be looking back and thinking maybe we should have started him back at running back with Braxton to begin the game.
He doesn't
they've
look
had trouble. They've had success running the football.
Straight ahead, that's another fumble. Kunkel drops the ball. The exchange between himself and Moore. I think the Zeps have recovered, but that'll make it 2nd and long. Good pressure, good penetration that time by Monroe Central. Yes, 2nd down, right around 16 to go here for the Zeps. Kunkel remains in at quarterback. Coming up on 2:30 left in the third quarter. The snap, the fake, straight ahead. Kunkel and Lombardas has him. Boy, you're not going to run into him and get away. He's a space eater in the middle, that Lombardas.
He's a good Lombardas, yes.
I mean, he gets in the middle, and he is just tough to get around.
They've got him listed 6'3", 285. Just a sophomore.
Under 2 minutes left now in the third quarter. Kunkel, the quarterback, in shotgun. He's back. He's looking, got some pressure. He's down. That's
boy, that was A.J. Rudder. He just ran right through the blocker, and
I don't even know if anybody picked him up, Mike. I think he came clean.
He hit the blocker, and then the blocker went directly into Kunkel and knocked him down. He completely blew that play up.
And I think the blocker may have been Moore.
I'm sure it probably was. So another huge loss on the play.
Punt now for the Zeps. After that big gain by Landon Moore, they can't do much with it. Here's the kick. It's a low line drive kick. And that's Cooper Howe
on the fair catch, yeah.
One more problem for the Zeps without number 2, Braxton Barnett, and he's the punter.
And I didn't catch who kicked that time. It was a pretty good punt.
Wasn't bad.
They've got the Seminoles back to where they will start this drive from their own 15-yard line. Again, 1 minute, 1 second ago, we do have a running clock. It's stopped now because change of possession. But the Seminoles are up here 34-0.
And make no mistake about it, this game started off very competitive. But as it's gone on, Monroe Central has just dominated the line of scrimmage more and more.
And 6 turnovers have swayed the score in the direction of the Seminoles.
Tucker Howe up under center. That usually means run. And straight ahead, that's Cooper Howe. He's going to have a nice gain to right around the 28-yard line. That's going to be a Caldwell Lumber first down for the Seminoles. Under 40 seconds now in the third quarter. May have one more play here, Mike.
Yeah, in all likelihood, this will be the last play of the third quarter. Cooper Howe's done a little bit of everything tonight. I've got him now 2 carries for 28 yards as well as 5 receptions from his brother for 49 yards.
He's a talented athlete,
he is.
Too.
Nice-looking
really
kid,
is.
And again, just a sophomore.
Tucker Howe, the quarterback, up under center again. Here's a pitch. That's dropped. That's picked up by the Zeps. So turnover. That is number 3, Evan Knowlton. 5'8", 145-pound senior can't handle the pitch. Zeps have the football, 1st and 10 with 5.6 seconds left here in the third quarter. Change of possession, of course, the clock stops.
That's the first time that Knowlton's touched the ball tonight, surprisingly. He had 181 yards rushing last week against Magnolia and 3 touchdowns.
And didn't seem to be in sync with what the quarterback was doing. Of course,
that's just a little quick pitch.
Yeah, the ball got there, and the defender was right up in his grill, which that's pretty tough. All right, the snap, and
a little miscommunication back there between Kunkel and Moore.
It's going to lose right around 5 on the play. And that's going to do it, the end of the third quarter of play. The score after 3. It is Monroe Central 34, Shenandoah nothing. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and they consider that a very good sign. See State Farm agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell. Sue Snode State Farm is a proud supporter of high school sports.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter underway here. Zeps with the football in good shape. They're all the way down on the Monroe Central 29-yard line. Second down now, right around 15 to go. Davin Kunkel in at quarterback for Shenandoah. The snap, the give, straight ahead to Moore. Pushing, no gain. Good job that time by the Monroe Central front. Moore's one of those guys, he gets the football, and sometimes he's kind of hard to find. You kind of have to sort through the offensive linemen and find him.
Yeah, they've got him listed at 5'10", 180.
I think that's generous.
It looks like from here, it's hard to really tell, but I don't disagree.
Kunkel, the quarterback, and shotgun, the snap, the give, and boy, Monroe Central's all over.
Boy, he stuffed him right.
Yeah. He didn't have a chance to move. Didn't have a chance to move. "11 minutes left here now in the fourth quarter. Score, Monroe Central 34, Shenandoah nothing. That's our Chandler Monument scoreboard.
And the Zeps have taken a timeout.
That's fourth down. They're in four-down territory. Why not go for it? Hey, want to thank our sponsors, Ben Schaefer Realty, Bicon Services, McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home, Sue Snowd, State Farm, People's Bank, Doane Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Allen Hunter State Farm, BMT Golf Shop and Golf Academy, Chandler Funeral Home, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, and Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions.
And like you said, the new one this week, BMT Golf Shop and Academy. And that's my place of employment a couple days a week.
All right.
Run up there by Sean Thompson, the pro at the Cambridge Country Club. Really nice place. If you have golf needs, that's a great place to go.
I should have known if it had to do with golf. You were involved somehow. I should have known. Hey, let's take a look at some scores around the area, Mike. Barnesville over Caldwell, 41-0.
Yeah, that as expected. I mean, the Shamrocks are. It'll be interesting to see them in come playoff time this year because they are the real deal.
Union Local over Cambridge, 28-6, and it's Meadowbrook coming back. That fourth down play unsuccessful. So that's going to turn the ball back over to Monroe Central. Meadowbrook coming back on Coshocton. They're up 29-20. Colts starting to get things going a little bit.
Yes, they are. Yeah, and not surprisingly, I've seen them a couple times. They are huge across the front. Their offensive, defensive lines are just enormous.
I'm not sure what their record is, but I know they're very near 500, and they have continued to improve over the last couple years. Malvern beating Buckeye Trail as well, 25-0.
Boy, they just keep reeling out athletes up at Malvern.
They are always good. IVC's tough. It's a tough league. Timeout?
So the Zeps have taken another timeout, and I believe that's their last one of the half. At least according to the scoreboard.
Well, you don't want to be confused defensively at this point.
And they may be to the situation here. They may be putting some other kids into the game.
Yeah.
Again, not a lot of numbers out for football this year for the Zeps.
Well, they've got around 30 kids, I think.
But they've got, I'm counting 4 or 5 of them down there right now that are not dressed tonight because of injuries. We mentioned 2 of their linemen earlier. They've got another young man down there on crutches.
Jasper Hill, number 47.
Yeah. And I saw him walking with Braxton Barnett back towards the locker room. So that young man is definitely done here for the evening. We wish the best for him. You know what? I hear nothing but good things said about that young man. And we hopefully that it's nothing major.
Yeah, we don't even want to see him miss a game.
No.
He's a great talent.
He's fun to watch play.
Fun to watch. And credit to Coach McLean keeping him out. I like that. That's just smart. Here's number 24. Big run. That is
Now we got
A.J. Rudder. They're going to bring him down right around the 20-yard line. Wow.
Now we've got a flag back here, and I wasn't paying attention to what was happening behind the play. But
I'm not sure if that's. Boy, I hope the chippiness is over here.
Holding against the Seminoles.
That's going to bring that run all the way back, and that's about a 50-yard run for Rudder, and it's all for nothing.
Little misdirection play that time by the Seminoles. House sprinted out to his right, and it was kind of like a give-back handoff to Rudder, and wide open spaces there on the left side. But as you said, all for naught.
Huge game coming up next week now. With this big lead, you have to figure that Monroe Central is going to come away with a win tonight, so that's going to mean undefeated Monroe Central will host undefeated Barnesville.
And that game will be held at Woodsfield next week.
Yes, it will. Monroe Central High School.
And huge playoff points available next week.
For someone. I'd say the two best teams in the area. They're the two best teams I've seen.
I believe. Well, I got to throw Union Local in there. We saw them a couple weeks ago, and I was very impressed with them. And I've not seen St. Clairsville yet. There's another team that's undefeated to this point, and I believe that is who Union Local will play next week. So you've got two huge games next week in Week 8 with undefeated teams playing each other.
As far as Shenandoah goes, you hope Braxton Barnett comes back next week. They're at River.
Very winnable game. I saw Shadyside was beating River tonight, 12-0 early on.
Straight ahead. And that is number 3 again, Evan Knowlton. Had a big game last week, hasn't played much of a role this week. Straight ahead, he'll pick up right around 2 or 3 on the play.
And again, the clock continues to roll. We're down to 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, the Seminoles on top, 34-0. And again, we are with a rolling clock.
32-0 lead or better means the clock does not stop. Unless there's a change of possession or a timeout. Wishbone formation. Timeouts, Monroe Central.
Kind of slow getting that play in from the bench, and I think that the play clock was about to expire, so rather than take a 5-yard penalty, Coach Calder decides to call a timeout.
They've still got 2 left, so a good timeout. Can't take them home.
Well, other than a situation like that, really, I don't know that there's any need to take a timeout right here.
Well, we are going to have to make a decision on our +1 pizza player of the game for the Zeps. And we'll talk that one over. We go into break after the game. Just 8:50 left now. And with that rolling clock, it won't take long. Looking ahead on the Shenandoah schedule, they've got River, Barnesville, and then Caldwell to finish out the season.
Next week's game is at River, so they'll have a trip to make down there, but that'll be a winnable game.
It will be.
For Shenandoah.
Barnesville will be pretty tough. That's at Barnesville. And then you've got Caldwell, and I think that the teams there are fairly closely matched. Here's Cooper Howe. Nice tackle out there. 1-on-1. Let's see.
I think that was Colton Gress, number 1, I believe.
Yes, I believe you're right. And a nice job there by Gress. Boy, he gets around Gress. He's got 20 yards or more. As it is, loss on the play.
Brings up 3rd and about 15.
Clock rolling, 8:04. 34-0 Monroe Central. That's our Chandler Monument scoreboard. Shotgun formation. Tucker Howe, the snap. He's back. He's looking. One man comes free. Howe gets it loose. And, oh, wow. Oh, I hope the receiver's okay. Is that Demchak?
It is. Boy, nice throw and catch. I tell you, I didn't. Of course, again, it's hard for us to see the numbers, but boy, the defender for Shenandoah timed that perfectly. Demchak had to jump a little bit to get the football, and I tell you what, the defender took his legs right out from under it. It's an unbelievable job of Demchak holding on to the football.
It was a whiplash hit. I mean, it threw his head back. Good job by Demchak. But it brings up 4th down and 6. Punting situation now for the Seminoles. High snap, the kick by Cooper Howe. That's going to fall dead right around the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Zeps. Running clock. It is stopped right now with change of possession. This game next week, though, for Monroe Central. Barnesville, and then they finish up with Frontier and Shadyside. So really the only question, I think, on the schedule as far as tough games for the Seminoles will be this Barnesville game. And Barnesville's D6 as well, weren't they?
They're D5.
Okay.
D5,
That's good news for Seminoles fans, because you're not going to have to face them in the playoffs. I think Union Local's D5 too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
That game for the Milk Jug is going to be a pretty interesting game as well.
Agreed. I think, and I believe that's at Barnesville this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Union Local's really good.
They've got a nice team, good athletes, and they've got some size along the front that they might be able to match up with Barnesville a little bit there, because from what I've heard, Barnesville is just huge.
All right, 2nd down and 9. Clock rolling, coming up on 6 minutes left here in the football game. 34-0 Monroe Central. That's your Chandler Monument scoreboard. Davin Kunkel, the quarterback, in shotgun. He's back. He's looking. Now he's going to take off and run, and he's not going to get anywhere. Flag on the play. Where that came from, that could have been a face mask.
That's my guess from here. That's exactly what the call is.
You can just tell sometimes. Hey, one more. Congratulations tonight going out to Queen Carly Blend. She's the homecoming queen for Shenandoah High School this year.
That's 5 penalties now against the Seminoles tonight for 55 yards, and I know that won't make Coach Calder very happy. If they're going to compete with Barnesville next week, they're going to have to play a mistake-free game. No turnovers and very limited penalties.
Boy, and they are going to have to get that long passing game in sync. It was not in sync tonight.
It was
at all.
not.
And I watched them against Caldwell. Boy, when they've got it going, it is going. Davin Kunkel, the quarterback, Zeps with the football, back and looking. Little screen knocked down. Nice job defensively by the Noles. 2nd down and 10 now.
Good idea there, though, by Shenandoah to throw the screen, because Monroe Central is getting such quick pressure on Kunkel that man, you teach those kids to come in with their hands up, and they did, and batted that away right now.
Boy, they are just coming in, laying their ears back. There is no hesitation. Coming up on 4 minutes now left in the football game. Kunkel, the quarterback, 2nd and 10. The snap. Here's a little jet sweep. Coming back around. That is number 1. That is Colton Gress. Nice gain.
Run.
He's close to a 1st down if he doesn't have it. Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps. They're in Monroe Central territory at the 43.
You know what's deceiving, Bill? That's 16 first downs tonight for Shenandoah, as opposed to only 9 for Monroe Central. But the difference is the Seminoles have 2 turnovers that they return for touchdowns.
You and I keep talking about it. They are moving the football.
They are, yes.
But they just have not been. And it's kind of been between the 20s.
And they're doing it now without Braxton Barnett in the
Here's
game.
the snap, and this time Moore is drugged down in the backfield.
And that was Whitaker again with the play from behind. I tell you, he has been a demon defensively tonight.
Coming up on 3 minutes now. I think pretty safe to say now Monroe Central is going to come away with a victory here, and wow. Looks like Barnesville will win their game against Caldwell and sets up a huge matchup next week. That game will be down in Woodsfield.
Town will be a rockin'.
So will Barnesville, I think.
Oh, yes.
We'll have the call. I think we'll be on WBNV.
Is that where you have that game next week?
Actually, I am off next week. I believe that Mark Brown and Jeff Stevens will be on that one.
That makes sense.
Deservedly so. They have delivered the mail for that station now for, well, a long time now.
I will have the Shady Side Tigers visiting the Caldwell Redskins next week.
That will be a good game. Pretty evenly matched. I think the Redskins probably the favorites there. Here's Kunkel, the quarterback for the Zeps, looking, can't find anybody, now scrambling, and he takes a hit. He's going to lose probably 10 yards, maybe 15 on the play.
He wanted to release it and probably should have, hindsight, but
he got picked on that screen. I think he's a little leery.
Yeah, good point.
And that was a great play by the Monroe Central linebacker there. Number 51, we've talked about him enough tonight, Tyler Whitaker. Punting the ball away now, 1:10 left in the football game. And ball falls and takes a nice bounce.
Actually, that's a pretty nice punter by the backup kicker.
Yes, but it checked up and took a good Monroe Central bounce instead of a good Shenandoah bounce.
I think that was Hunter Rossiter, the backup punter. So we probably have about one play left here. If the clock operator is slow on the play clock, one play should do it.
Clock is stopped. 58.6 seconds left in the ball game. 34-0. Monroe Central. That's our Chandler Monument scoreboard. Victory formation for the Noles.
That's a favorite formation for a coach.
Snap, clock starts. Howell takes a knee. That'll do it. Boy. Monroe Central turns a questionable game into a runaway. Dominant in the last 3 quarters are the Seminoles. They come away with a nice 34-0 win to remain unbeaten, Mike.
You know, and I just real quickly, because I don't think there's a whole lot to get into. I just real quickly did the total yards for the two teams, and Shenandoah had 225 total yards tonight. Monroe Central only had 245. There's only 20 yards total difference in the two teams. First downs were 16 to 8 in favor of Shenandoah. But the huge number tonight for them is they turned the ball over 6 times. And again, 2 of those directly resulting in touchdowns, 1 fumble recovery that was returned 62 yards, and an interception that was returned 39 yards.
That
for
fumble
6.
recovery, too. And Shenandoah had the ball first drive of the second half. They were moving. And somebody stripped the ball out of number 8's hands. That's Ethan Cutlip. And Tucker Howell just picked it up and took it to the house. And I think that was really where we started to see, all right, this is the end of things. Just too many turnovers tonight for the Zeps to stay in it.
It wasn't long after that then that Braxton Barnett, I think he took a shot to the head, or he banged his head on the ground, was a little shaky, and he did not re-enter the football game, which again I think was wise. And of course, if they were testing him for a concussion, they wouldn't have been able to put him back in the game. So we did see him get escorted, and we're hoping the best for that young man, because he's a quality young man, and we love to watch him play this game.
No doubt about it. One of the best quarterbacks in the state. So we are hoping that he is back next week for the Zeps. But it wasn't meant to be tonight. They ran into a buzzsaw in Monroe Central. Final score once again here from Shenandoah High School. It's Monroe Central 34 and Shenandoah nothing. Once again, congratulations going out to homecoming queen Carly Blend. We're going to take a break, add up some of the numbers, and we will be back with a wrap-up right after this.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
Looking to up your golf game? Visit the BMT Golf Shop and Golf Academy, conveniently located at the Cambridge Country Club. They've got the latest gear from top brands like Titleist, TaylorMade, and Ping, offering custom fittings, club repair, and both private and group lessons. They've got you covered. Plus, enjoy year-round play with 2 state-of-the-art simulator bays featuring over 150,000 courses. Contact Golf Pro Sean Thompson to learn more about memberships at 740-432-2107. The BMT Golf Shop proudly supports all local schools on and off the field.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at the Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Welcome back. We're at Shenandoah High School, where tonight Monroe Central comes away with a 34-0 win over the Zeps. Mike, it didn't start off easy, but as the night went on, Monroe Central wore down the Zeps, and they come away with a big win heading into next week's huge game against Barnesville.
Might have worn them down a little bit, but I think the big thing was that the Zeps just basically self-destructed tonight. Boy, you look at the stats real quickly, and there's not a whole lot of discrepancy. If you're looking at the numbers alone, you think this would have been a one-score game.
Absolutely.
I mean, Shenandoah only got outgained total yardage 245 to 225 by 20 yards. But the big difference, the Zeps turned it over 6 times as opposed to only 2 for the Seminoles. And again, 2 of those turnovers directly resulted in a 1 interception for a score and a fumble, scoop and score, or 2 of them. And that was the only 2 scores of the second half.
Well, and I'll tell you something else, that the first Zeps turnover, they were trying to get a touchdown, and Braxton Barnett moved all over the field, bought all the time that he could. He kind of had to throw it up for grabs, and Tucker Howe was in the area, and he was just able to out-jump all the Shenandoah receivers. Came away with an interception, and that was as close as Shenandoah got to a score all night long.
Yeah, they moved the ball right down. And all night long, they had the ability to move it, but it just seemed like the Seminole defense came up with a big play when they needed it.
Any stats of note that we need to
I don't really see anything that stands out. Like I said, the total yardage was only 20.
Turnovers was huge.
The turnovers to me was the big stat of this whole game. It was 6 as opposed to only 2. And the 2 turnovers that the Seminoles had really didn't hurt them at all.
Not too much. In fact, the one that they had, Cooper Howe, was down inside the 10, turned the ball over. Great play by one of the Shenandoah backs. Very next play, Zeps turned it right back.
Turned it right back over to him, on an interception. So, but if the Seminoles are wanting to compete with the Shamrocks next week, those are mistakes that they're going to have to eliminate. And all the passes that they dropped. I mean, Tucker Howe does such a nice job putting the football where it belongs. And if they don't hold on to the ball or catch the ball any better than they did tonight, they won't stand a chance next week against Barnesville.
There's no doubt about it. They're going to have to buy Tucker Howe some time. And they've got to get their deep passing game a little bit more in sync, because tonight it didn't look like the receivers had any idea what Tucker Howe was trying to do when he threw the ball.
You need to be able to loosen the defense up a little bit of time. Like I said, they were very successful when they went to that shorter passing game. But it's nice to have that back in the back pocket that the other team at least is thinking that you have the opportunity or at least are going to try to go deep.
Hey, want to thank our sponsors one more time here before we wrap things up tonight. Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Chandler Funeral Home, BMT Golf Shop and Golf Academy. Now, you're part of the golf shop or the academy?
That's where I work. I actually work at the golf shop.
Okay. Allen Hunter State Farm, Southeast Ohio Credit Union, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford, People's Bank, Sue Snode State Farm, McVeigh Perkins Funeral Home, Bicon Services, and Ben Schaefer Realty. Again, we want to thank these sponsors. Without them, we could not be here tonight. So let's take a look at some of the other games that are going on in our listening area. Right now in the fourth quarter, it's Meadowbrook over Coshocton, 36-27. Malvern over Buckeye Trail, 25-14. Union Local over Cambridge, 48-6. And this one of interest to a lot of fans listening here, Barnesville over Caldwell, 44-0. That is a final score. So again, sets up a huge matchup next week between undefeated Monroe Central and undefeated Barnesville. One more piece of business tonight, Mike Podlasiak, our player of the game.
We decided to go with the running back for Shenandoah, Mr. Landon Moore, tonight. Had a nice game. Ended up with about 85 yards rushing, and he was a young man coming into tonight. They weren't even sure if he was going to be able to play tonight. Not only did he play, he played the entire game both ways.
Yes.
So he was very stellar. And so Landon Moore tonight is our +1 pizza player of the game.
Hey, I want to thank +1 Pizza for their sponsorship of that. I want to thank Caldwell Lumber for sponsoring our first downs, and want to thank Chandler Monuments for sponsoring our scoreboard again tonight. And thank you, Mike Podlasiak.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah, thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Gino. We got 2 producers tonight, so nice job by those guys. I'm Bill Cassler, and our final score one more time. It is Monroe Central 34, Shenandoah 0. Have a great rest of your night.
You've been listening to High School Football, a presentation of AVC Sports and WWKC Caldwell, Cambridge's KC 105.